Hello.
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 Welcome to the 18th episode of the Dice and Easy actual play, a D&D actual play set in the world of Exandria, no official affiliation with Critical Role. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Let's see. Housekeeping stuff. We will try to get back to our regular every other week schedule. We have had some scheduling conflicts and also holiday season happened, but we will try to get back to that. Thank you for being here. And there's a top of the hour ad break on Twitch. Every top of the hour, a 60-second ad break. If you want to avoid those on my channel, you can subscribe. That's a way to avoid it. And hey, if you have an Amazon Prime, you can connect that to your Twitch, and then you can sub to a channel of your choice every month. It's included. And I think that is it for now. So let us roll the intro for the 18th episode of Dice and Easy. And we are back.
Wow.
All right. Let me turn
Hello.
some music.
I'm so excited.
I literally cannot.
All right. So, what happened last time when we left the Fated Ones?
I caught a fish.
I believe you did catch a fish in a pond, yes?
Yeah.
We entered the Underdark and we got stuck in a room, and that was
and
quite
I killed rats.
Oh no, the rat god killing rats. That was a puzzle.
Yeah, which we didn't even have to do, turns out, so that was fun.
Anyway, surprise.
Yes, you entered.
And then you caught a fish.
You entered an ancient ruin of a room that locked you in with a big red button in the middle.
Yep.
And there was a timer on the wall and a lot of stress, some rat experimentation leading to some, fortunately, deceased rats.
Those poor rats.
Rest in peace. You will be
Those
remembered.
Good thing I didn't kill anyone else though.
And the button reset the timer, and it turns out the solution to the puzzle was to let the timer run out, and then the other door opened. It's a fun puzzle. You should play it on your players as well if you.
Sneaky.
It's a really fun one. But yes, you used the map that you got from a slightly questionable salesman in the Dwarven City. But it served you all right. It's accurate enough. And you found yourselves in a small cavern.
It was glowing, if I remember correctly. Was it like
Yes.
glowy and pretty?
You are
It's
correct.
cute.
Yes. There was a tiny glowing pond, and then the room is covered in moss that's kind of pulsating.
That's
And I touched the moss and I don't think anything happened.
No, nothing happened. It just slowly pulsates. And yes, there's a small pond with weird-looking fish in it, and Hornsworth, you caught one.
I caught a fish.
You did.
and then
And
there
he
was
ate
another
it.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay,
And as you spent the night there, or what you assume is night because there's no sky to gaze the time of day from, in the morning, another Hornsworth appeared. So there is an impostor among you.
Among us.
Among Us. I'm gonna get my tasks done, y'all. I just want to do my tasks.
I'm a really bad
Hornsworth
crewmate.
wanted.
I'm not good at doing tasks, I'll be honest. I always
Hornsworth-
forget.
Hornsworth, you get the card key task where you have to slide the card.
No! That's
Yeah.
evil. Evil, evil, evil.
Right. Why is
Oh,
everything so
dear.
loud? Hold on. This is not doing anything. Why? Hold up. Sorry.
You were stuck in this volume forever.
Forever.
It is the curse you must bear.
Nah, there we go. All right. So, we continue with a new day starting, and all of you, I believe I gave you all a long rest last time on the Foundry side of things.
I look
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got all my slots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
So you
looking
should have
good.
all
Yeah,
your
you
your
are.
skills your skills
Both of you.
back.
Oh my god.
Hey, yo.
Immediately.
We gotta get the flirting out.
Wow.
Fair. No, I don't. Listen, that's not a
It's
problem.
been like what, almost 2 months.
Yeah.
True.
Bottled
Too
up
long.
flirtation.
Too
Remember,
long.
kids, do it consensually with your friends.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you get your skills and everything back. If you want to change prepared stuff for the spellcasters, then you can change. You can consider a change now. But yes, as you are all waking up, an extra Hornsworth also wakes up, because I believe Hornsworth, you were on last duty. And as you come back to the camp,
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, because that's when I caught the fish.
yes,
And I was really excited. I was gonna cook it up for everyone.
yes, and you're waking everything up, and then from your bunk, an extra Hornsworth wakes up and looks at you shocked. And looks at everyone else. And looks back to you.
Point.
Spider-Man meme.
Points to you.
Yeah, it's just point. What are you? Who are you?
What do you mean, who am I? I'm Hornsworth. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are
I'm
you?
Hornsworth. No, who are you? What did you do last night?
Last night I was standing guard. I was thinking of catching some fish.
You were asleep. You were asleep. You just woke up. What do you mean? You were not standing guard. I was standing guard.
No, I already
like
caught
the
a
little
fish,
Hornsworth
and then
I am.
he has a little fish as well. And like I already
You
caught
have a fish too. I caught a fish.
But that's not possible because I caught a fish, and I'm
Well, no. Well, okay. Well, there's okay. We could have both caught fish because there's multiple fish in the water.
Galena.
but, like-
Galena, you gotta help me out here. Like this is clearly some trick.
Galena, that is not me.
Okay. First of all, I turn to Evelyn and Cynthia. Y'all, you see this too, right? This isn't just me. I'm not like under some sort of weird Underdark spell thing.
No,
yeah,
there's
unfortunately, there's two of them.
There are 2 of them.
Fortunately, I think that this could be a joyous day.
Okay,
We could
my-
have 2 of us at once. That's all I'm saying. To
My
me.
thoughts and daydreams aside, this is important. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
First thing I'm going to do is, do both of them have the belly button ring on that I made for Hornsworth?
Yes.
I would like to inspect both rings. I feel like I might be able to determine which one is real, potentially. I don't know what you want me to roll for that, but I made it. I'm a jeweler.
Yes, that's true. I would say.
Yeah, I know. It's
I
like,
would say you roll for investigation,
yeah,
and you can do it with advantage because you made that piece of jewelry.
right. Okay, so I'm gonna kneel down in front of, I don't know, the one on the left, look at it real close, not too close because belly buttons are gross. And I'm just gonna
Galena.
peer
Not
at
in
it.
front of everyone.
Look, I made the ring. I should be able to figure out if it's real or not. Let me. So, the first roll is a 8. Second roll is a not good. 14.
Oh, that's not too bad.
So I'm just looking.
You're taking a look, and it seems genuine. Like, it doesn't seem fake. It looks exactly like the one that you made.
Was Galena looking at me or the other one?
I
Well,
just
I
said
guess
the
I
one on the
don't-
left, whichever one that
One on
is
the
for
left.
fondue.
Let's
Yeah,
let's
who's
say
on
that,
left and right?
let's say that I'm on the left.
Okay.
Okay. So it looks real.
Yep.
I'm gonna move over to the Hornsworth on the right and do the same and see if I can determine anything different.
I'm gonna let
So
you
I-
use the same roll. You don't need to roll
Dang.
again.
Okay.
Or but you have a
No,
14,
I'll
which
keep
is
the
not,
same roll. I'll keep the same roll.
which is not
It's
bad
just-
at all.
especially
Again,
because I have a -1, so.
Yeah.
again, it looks genuine. Looks exactly like the one that you made.
Maybe
Okay.
You should just take
Lena,
both
it's
of them.
me. Lena, I'm the real one.
No, I'm the real
Oh,
one.
Shut the fuck up. You know you're not.
No, you shut the fuck up.
Hey, both of
Oh.
you shut the fuck up. Okay, I have one more thing to check to see.
Uh-huh.
So I turn to the rest of the party. The rings both look real. I can't tell if that's but, and I look at both Hornsworths. We had a moment in one of the tents and you told me a secret about something that you have on your body that is hidden. Okay, I'll message you if you can't remember. you gave me a detail about your body. You told me you had a third nipple. So I'm like, you told me a secret, and you said that people don't know
I
unless
forgot
you
about
know,
that.
unless you know the people that you bed. But that's besides the point. You told me, and I look at both of you. What is that secret that apparently people don't know?
We have to say it at the same time. Because if we don't, because like we have. I'll count to 3 and then we say it at the same time.
Sure. I mean, I know what it is, but sure.
Do you?
I wonder if you
Do
will.
you?
I tell a lot of secrets to a lot of people, but I think I remember. Okay. On 3. 1, 2,
Two.
3. I have a third nipple.
Third nipple.
Oh.
No.
You
Imposter. Imposter.
I mean, I think presumably that was stream
Yes,
one. That was
I would say like
It's like-
it wasn't that you said it at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, I look at both of you and I'm like, damn it, that was all I had. As
That
I
was
look at
really-
like the rest of the party, like that was all I got. Anybody else?
Evelyn, this could be some kind of spy.
a
Let's
spy
try to
for who?
infiltrate.
Who are you?
Why is it me?
From the
that
Kryn
you're
dynasty.
trusting right now? Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Would Hornsworth say that though?
Oh!
Hornsworth wouldn't
Okay,
be
wait a
worried
minute.
about
Wait a
that.
minute. Can I talk to myself? Can I talk to my double? My
Sure.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna be like,
fine.
okay, listen. Where did we get this eye patch? And I have like the fancy the new eye patch, right?
Yes, the one that that you bought from the store in
Yeah, the fancy store.
Yes.
Okay.
What was the name of that place?
Note taking.
Yeah, because it's been a hot minute.
It's called the Golden Crown.
Sorry.
The Golden Crown. That
Thank
was the
you.
name of the store that you got the clothes from. Because
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't even have that written down. Yeah.
It looks at
Nah.
you as like the golden crown.
is that what the store was called?
Yeah.
I'm not whispering to you. I'm whispering to everyone else because both of you are
Okay.
suspicious.
I
right now.
don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
it.
Is this a magic thing? I look at Cynthia like,
Is it because I
can
caught
you-
a fish from the pond? You think?
Oh, it's definitely the fish from the pond. There's no way. I mean, it's glowing. It's a glowing pond. Like,
Where did you
what?
come from? I don't. You're trying to be real. I don't trust you. I don't. I'm warring. I'm having an internal war right now. I want to hold your hand, but also I feel like I should not because you are probably evil version of me.
I don't trust you though. You're some kind of spy or something.
Why do you think I'm a spy?
Because why would
I
there
don't
be
know how
another
to
one
be
of
a
me?
spy. But you're another one of me. Oh my god.
Sure,
right
are you?
now?
Sure, buddy.
Wow.
What we do?
I don't even know if I'm real anymore.
I look at both Cynthia and Evelyn. If this might be a magic thing, can you do the little pew
Oh,
pews
yeah,
to
yeah,
see if it is a magic thing, because
Okay.
I can punch both of them, but I don't think that would help very much.
Well,
You
I
could
mean-
just knock me out. And
Everyone stay still
see
for
what happens.
10 minutes.
That is a long time. I mean, to be fair, as long as we're not in danger, I feel like we could.
Yeah, we're
No,
not in
I mean,
a standoff right
if you're-
now.
if you're-
Landing.
I mean, if you're casting detect magic, I mean, they don't need to stay still. You just
Yeah,
need 10 minutes.
It's funny because like yeah.
Oh, is it a ritual?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll look at both Hornsworths and I just like, do both of you agree to just sit down? Like I sit one down on a rock over here and one over here. Just
Can
stay
we play
there.
rock paper scissors, rock parchment?
Cheers.
Cheers. While we wait.
Down.
Other
do that.
Sure.
I guess. How do they play? That's cute.
Actually, gets the one, like, as you're playing, your doppelganger is constantly winning.
Why are you so good at this game?
Well, the true Hornsworth, of course, is a master of rock, parchment, shears.
I don't know if that's true, but maybe I'm learning more things about myself every day.
Okay, so I've cast detect magic.
So you cast detect magic. Nothing out of the ordinary. Hold on, let me double check something. So you are getting something. There's one magical ping coming from not me, but Kay Hornsworth.
Wait, me?
Well, that would.
Abjuration magic ping coming from
Abjuration.
there, which would be like protection magic,
Okay.
and it's specifically the cloak. And
Oh.
you know
Right.
that Hornsworth had the cloak of elven kind.
Oh.
I'm feeling some magic from this
I'm
Hornsworth.
feeling some
And
magic in this
normally
cavern tonight.
that would tip me off, but I'm feeling it in your clothes.
In my clothes?
In your
you got magic clothes that this one doesn't have. Where's your magic clothes? I'm talking.
Are you
I'm
wait? Which
talking
one are you
to-
asking? Sorry.
Oh, to Fundy, the doppelganger. Where's your
Ah,
magic
okay.
clothes?
Well, why would I have magic clothes?
Oh.
I don't know, why would
I immediately go to restrain or grapple or whatever. I don't care.
Oh, you try to grapple?
Yeah, you just based on that.
Okay.
I got the magic clothes, magic man.
Just a
How
second.
old
Galena is not
Weird.
smart, but Galena remembers things. She just doesn't know what it
Remember.
means. But everyone else is suspicious, so I am too.
Yeah,
No
this
worries.
is very suspicious.
Sorry, I'm just updating one thing in the overlay because I realized it had my old name.
Oh.
There we go.
Dice
There we
end easy.
Who is this fondue person?
I don't know.
Fun
Some
who?
dude.
Fun who?
Fun who? Omega lol.
Amazing.
Okay, so then we're gonna have contested checks. Why must you be so loud?
Yeah, why are they all so loud? Like, I feel like
I don't know.
it wasn't
I don't
like
know
this
why it's
before.
like every time the volumes are like different. I just don't understand why. Like now I set it to something, and then the next time we play, it's like really quiet, so I have to bump
Silly.
it up,
Mhm.
and then I don't know why.
It's all
It's
good.
Is weird. Yes. So that would be you are doing an athletics check, and I can do either athletics or acrobatics. I will have to check which one I want to do.
That's a 10. I did roll 4 though, so at least like
That's absolutely unhinged.
I have a +6.
You're
It's
so
my strongest skill.
strong. You're so strong.
But still not great considering like if Little Hornsworth
Well,
fights out of my grasp.
I rolled
gonna be sad.
even worse. I rolled a 7.
Let's go.
So you indeed pin down this non-magic clothes having Hornsworth.
Focus, Galena, focus.
So you have them pinned, and they look scaredly around.
thought you were gonna say something else.
I mean, if they're truly
Scared you to
truly a
see.
copy of me, maybe they would be.
But yeah, I'm just gonna keep him pinned and just kind of look back at everyone else. So what's now?
Yeah.
So
Listen, this is a big
we are
misunderstanding.
sure
That
between-
Hornsworth
Where's
is
your
clearly.
cloak?
How did you end up not having the cloak?
Well, obviously that Hornsworth stole it from me.
Oh.
Okay, if that's so true, what did we use the cloak for before? We've used it once. And what did we use it for?
Hiding.
Wow.
And?
What did you use it for? Because I don't remember myself.
Oh, you don't remember? Oh, that's when I was pretending to be the forest god.
Then that's what they say, pretending to be the forest god.
Oh, you have all my memories. What is... No, never mind.
I feel like
Do you know
this-
everything I know?
What do you mean? I'm Hornsworth. I know what I know.
Like
You're the one who
everything?
knows what I know.
Like even my deepest, darkest secrets that I've never told anyone?
Why would I
Oh,
tell
yeah.
them here now to everyone?
Yes.
Can Galena and I
Right,
just
but,
move
like-
just out of earshot from them? Oh,
Okay.
I would-
Can Galena and I move out of earshot? Yeah.
I would have to like, do you want me to leave him?
Oh shoot!
That's
never
that's
mind.
the only
Actually,
thing.
Evelyn, I
Yeah.
forgot your pinning.
Yeah.
Stay there. Evelyn, you
Oh.
come with me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Evelyn's smarter
Uh,
anyway. Probably for the best.
So we're pretty sure this one, we got the right one. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a
there's
50-50
no
chance
way.
either way, but like the cloak thing is at best. It maybe they're telling a true story, but it's a better chance that it is we do have the right one.
Yeah, I think so. But what do we do with
I-
them? Like,
Okay, because I wanted to use this in case it is the right one, but if it's the wrong one, then it's gonna be complete. I guess it would. Yeah, no, it wouldn't really be that helpful. What if I try to charm one of them? They see us as a friend, and then they would tell us the truth, right? Wouldn't they? They would just be like, "Oh yeah, these are my plans and stuff," because they're a friend now, right?
but
Wouldn't
would a clone be aware that it's the wrong one? You know what I mean?
It depends.
Like, is
on
it part of the
if it-
Matrix? Like,
if it's deliberately changing forms, which I mean, from the fact that it has all its memories, it seems like it was a deliberate choice. They either had all the knowledge about us, or they gained it through some weird means. I didn't detect any magic, so there's no kind of illusion magic causing this, which means it must be some type of physical transformation or something.
okay.
And so I'm
Okay.
thinking we
I
could
mean-
just get it to tell us that that's what it did.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, anything's good just to make sure. But I
This time
mean,
let's try.
even if we figure out who's the real one, I don't know what to do with him. Like, do we just throw him back into the water and hope he turns back into a fish? Like, I don't know.
I
What's
don't think
going
it's a fish because a fish that transformed wouldn't be that smart.
on. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Like,
no, let's try
whenever
this part.
Hornsworth is
Are you
talking to
saying that
animals,
I
they're
have
just
the
like, blah, 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 blah,
intelligence of a fish?
Would you love me if I
You
was
can't
a fish?
hear us.
I just
Okay,
feel
so I am
inexplicably
gonna
sad.
turn around and cast Charm Person on the doppelganger that's pinned.
Okay. What's the DC on that one?
It is 13.
What save? Is it charisma?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. All right. Let's see. Nope. That's a 9. It is now charmed by you.
Okay.
Should I keep it pinned?
You can let him go. You can let him go.
So Galena gets up, dusts off her
Mhm.
coat, and just kind of
Looks at you.
looks
I'm just gonna
menacingly.
walk up to and just
Lita,
kind of
can
like
you-
I'm gonna
you-
kneel down and kind of just like pat him down, just like, oh, okay, I'm sorry about that. How are you
Oh,
doing,
he's-
pal? How you?
Oh, Cynthia, it's so good. So good to see you. Ah,
yeah.
I'm doing.
What
Well, I
were-
could be
what were you
better. There's
doing?
this imposter Hornsworth here, and then Galena
Sus.
got really frisky and physical and pinned me down. Didn't even ask for my
I know.
permission. I mean, it was kind of nice, but you know,
Oh,
kind of
come
scary.
on. You would have liked it if you were really me.
Hey,
Sorry.
you're not out of the clear. What were you up to? What were you doing here, huh? What were you doing last night?
Last night I was just on my shift as usual. And then I went to fish a little bit in the pond, caught a fish, and shows you the fish.
I whisper to Evelyn, "What's going on?" Because I don't know what you all are doing.
We're trying to make sure it's actually not Hornsworth. They're charmed. They're charmed. It's fine.
Oh,
How long does charm last?
I believe it's 10 minutes or something. Let me see. It says when the spell ends. It doesn't say how long.
Let me double check.
Oh, it doesn't say here. Oh, an hour.
An hour. Okay, cool. Then we're fine. I remember that it was a minute, but if it's an hour, then it's cool.
Okay. I'm gonna turn back to Evelyn and be like, either it actually believes that it's Hornsworth, or I'm so confused right now.
Let me double check something about
Because-
charm. What's the description
Oh,
of charm?
boy.
It's charm person, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A friendly acquaintance, so I figured it might want to tell us the truth, but I'm just like, I guess either it isn't, we're not deceiving it as much as I think we are, or it actually does believe it's Hornsworth. So I don't know. Yeah, it might have just not helped, but it'll at least help in making sure that if this is the doppelganger, they won't attack us. So that's fine, probably.
Am I allowed to talk to myself alone?
Go ahead, Hornsworth.
Okay. I don't like
I
that.
just wanna. I mean, okay, so if one of us tries to kill the other, you just murder the one that's trying to kill the other one. I don't know.
But
I will murder.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I feel like I just want to know something. I just want to know. I don't know.
Okay, be safe. Whichever one of you is real, I guess.
Wait, me? Do you want to talk to me? Me and you? Talk, chat. Are you okay? I don't know why I'm asking your permission. I'm just gonna drag the other one away.
Okay, it's like, okay.
Okay.
So,
When we.
faker.
Okay, shut up. You're annoying. I don't know if you know that.
Takes one to know one.
Oh.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. So do you remember when we, because it's one of us, when we drank the tea at that place with that man,
Mm-hmm.
solidify the deal. What happened when we drank the tea?
We had visions, did we not?
And
And that's it.
what? Did anything happen during the visions?
Mm-hmm. We got a little visit from someone.
Okay. So you do know everything about me. Do you know? Okay. Like, okay, so no one else is listening, and it's me and it's you. And do you know my deepest, darkest secrets? Like, do you know?
The thing.
Thing?
Looks at you with a knowing look. Whispers to you your deepest, darkest secret.
I guess you do know the thing. Definitely know I totally know the thing, yeah. Okay, well, that's really interesting. Please don't tell any of my secrets to anyone else. Please and thank you. I will
Why
reveal
would I
them on
tell
my
my
own time.
secrets to anyone? They're my
They're my
deepest,
secrets!
darkest. They're my secrets. No, you others can
secrets!
and hear them yelling. They're my secrets to each other.
Like Evelyn sees everything escalating, is like, okay, all right, that's enough alone time. I think we're fine now. Hornsworth,
Yeah.
Hornsworth, uh, 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 Evelyn's starting to get confused. You're not wearing the cloak, which means you're the wrong person. I'm
What do you
pretty
mean?
sure. There's no other way. Look, there's a lot of things about Hornsworth, but Hornsworth loves a good cloak, and you're not wearing it, which means I don't know. It just seems sketchy to me. I'm not feeling it. I don't know what to do with you though. That's an issue. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, what if you I don't know.
I feel like we need to do something because assuming that we know that both Hornsworths know things,
Yes.
all the things, so we cannot leave.
They know
this
everything.
Yeah, so we can't leave them here.
Don't leave
You're
me.
gonna leave both of us?
No, we're not gonna leave both of
Okay,
Yeah,
what
we're not-
if
Yeah, leave the
you,
Faker.
What if you handcuff? What if you tie us together so that we can't? We're always. Then you could. I don't know. I'm just throwing out idea. I don't know. I feel like I can't make any decisions here because you don't know if it's me or not.
What if I punch them both in the face? Do you think it'll help?
Yeah.
I mean,
mean like in
that
a
seemed like a
kinky way,
Hornsworth
or-
I mean,
response.
I don't know. I kind of feel like throwing the fake one back into the water was a better idea than punching him.
Throw us both and see what happens.
But what if? Okay, here's the thing though. Like, it's a good idea, but what if throwing real Hornsworth into water is bad?
What?
Didn't I go in the water already?
Did you? Wait, did you? I don't remember. I thought
I
you.
think I
I
did.
thought you were spearfishing. I didn't think you went in.
I would say 2 spearfish. You would have had to have like
Oh, right. you
gone
had-
into
okay,
the
so-
water.
So that didn't hurt you. So retract that. Galena didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
I just go to pick up whichever one's nearest to me. Don't know which one it is.
Let's say it's me.
I can do. Okay,
Yep.
I can do. Assuming you don't
Yeah,
struggle.
it's just like,
I throw.
Uppies.
You want to go first? I can take you first.
okay.
Oh God, no.
You can throw the other one. It's fine.
Uppies, but they're the
Yeah,
same
let's-
size.
Should I do?
Let's
I hold
throw
one in
yeah,
each hand.
I
Like
guess
Let's
so.
throw non-cloak wearing one into the water first.
okay,
Should I
Yeah.
take my cloak off?
No.
probably
Okay.
not. That's the only differentiation we have, right? At the minute.
Cloak
Yes,
versus
yes.
non-cloak.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so
Correct.
I put cloaked Hornsworth down. I take uncloaked Hornsworth
Splish.
and just bloop into the water.
Splish, and then lands in the water. I'm all wet.
There goes that theory.
Walks out of the water like, thanks.
Should I
Okay,
throw the
this
other one
one's
in
kind
too?
of rude. Not gonna lie. Okay.
I pick up the other Hornsworth. Do I do this one too?
I guess so. You
Mm,
got
I wa-
yeah, it could be.
Just
It
to
fun
be
feels
too.
it feels
fair.
only right, you know.
Just to be fair, yeah.
I just shrug,
I
toss
think you want
Hornsworth in.
to.
Did that do anything?
I try to make a
Hornsworth?
cannonball, but it doesn't work.
Oh.
Not really. You just kind of hurt your butt.
Oh, because it's like a shallow
It's-
pool.
It's fairly
Oh,
shallow, yeah. so,
Not
so you like it hit, not like badly, but you hurt your butt a
Your
little
poor
bit.
butt.
Yeah.
Oh no. So just to be clear, so the water did nothing to either of them that we can tell,
Nope.
other than making them wet. Okay.
Yep, beyond
Cool.
the usual properties of water.
I'm really frustrated because as a player, I think I know what's going on and I know what to do, but like Galena wouldn't, so I'm just like.
Mm,
No, I have no idea what's going on.
Nope.
Hey,
Jotan,
Abby.
I did send a message to you in Discord, Jotan, if you want to look at that real
Oh,
quick and
shoot.
respond to me. Thanks.
Yeah. I do not have.
if any of you who have studied, if you have nature or arcana proficiency, you can do a roll for me.
Okay. I will do Arcana. Is that 21?
21.
Anyone else
It's
rolling?
a very nice 21.
I'm not rolling.
Okay. Jotan, you know of doppelgangers for sure. You have read about them. They are able to take on the appearance of other creatures to an exact detail. They usually try to assume the form of someone else so that they can take on their life. They are also known to kill people and taking their place sometimes. And yeah, what they do is not magical in that they don't use spells. It's a natural thing that they can do to take on the form of another one.
Yeah.
And they can also read thoughts. You also know that they have the ability to read thoughts.
Okay. Wait. So I just realized, so that probably should have been obvious. It is wearing the cloak, just a non-magic version of the cloak.
Correct.
So how did it get the cloak stolen off of it? If it's wearing the cloak, it's just the wrong type of cloak.
True.
And
We had the information, we just didn't put it together.
Well, I would say like Cynthia now. We can say that Cynthia now puts it together. Like, wait a minute.
Cynthia had a
Yeah.
brain blast.
Okay, I'm
Cynthia-
gonna relay this information. Okay, that one, you. I'm pointing at the doppelganger.
What?
You got a cloak. You got the cloak.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
I don't got the cloak. Lena doesn't have the cloak.
How
Evan
would
doesn't
you
have the
forget-
cloak. You have a cloak.
I'm
That
going to
one's got a
grapple the
cloak,
one
but that
again.
one's not magic.
I'm
And then-
grappling the
So what's your
non-magic
story
cloak.
this time? They stole it off of you or they swapped it? Because before you said they stole it. Is it
Kinda look-
stolen or swapped?
Kind of looks around nervously, and then is like, fine. And then you see its skin turn inside out. And as it's turning inside out, it
To see
changes
myself do
color.
that ever again.
It changes color, and its bone structure and its face changes, and it grows about 3 feet, 4 feet bigger, and it takes on the form of a fairly noble-looking drow person. And turns,
Pretty hands. This
fine,
is crazy.
fine. You've got me, all right. You're smart.
Why would you want to be
so-
me of all people?
Yeah.
It wasn't. Listen, nothing personal, okay? It was just one of you I was trying to impersonate. Just took the first one
Yeah,
I
but
could.
You chose like the worst one.
I'm
I
sorry?
can tell now.
What's up?
Cynthia.
So, are you a spy then? Because you were trying to call Hornsworth a spy. So, are you
Yeah,
a spy?
what's
No,
Because
about?
I'm not a spy. I'm just
okay, cool. Because
trying to make by in life.
I don't know if I believe. I don't know if I
So
believe.
what's your plan? You're just gonna join up with
Can I-
us, kind of like kill us, or like? What's your
Usually I
plan?
try not to kill if I don't need to, but if I need to, yes, I kill the person whose identity I assume.
Well, you should probably do your research before you like take someone's like voice, body, mind, thoughts because
Yeah, I don't
we
think you
have a
wanna go on
lot
our
of
journey.
issues going on. So I don't think you want to be anywhere near us. Just
Yeah.
letting you know.
I don't think
That
you want
was
a part
a
of
real-
this. This
To be
thing that we're
fair,
doing.
I didn't do it because I wanted to do it. I do it because I needed to. You were a group that I happened upon, and I need to get away from the Underdark.
Yeah. Well, we can.
You just
well,
asked us.
Honestly, if you'd have asked us, we're pretty nice
We
people.
might
But
have.
now there's
We
no.
might
Oh,
yeah. Now there's some distrust lingering in the air. I'm not really sure if we should help you now. So you should think about your
Oh, well, then
things next time.
hadn't-
Okay.
thought of it that way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll an insight check
Sure.
on them to see if
Mhm.
they're telling us the truth or not?
Mhm.
Not
Nice.
one
Nat 20. Your keen eye pierces through his personality, and he does seem to be telling the truth. And there is an air of concern about him, although he is quite composed. But you can tell, yes, they are concerned.
So,
And, like, it
how long
seems
you been
like-
here?
He's actually trying to like get out of the Underdark, and is like
Yes.
that was his main goal.
It does seem like it, yes.
All right, hear me out. We can help you get out of here. You come with us, but you turn back into me, and I get to kiss you once.
Hornsworth, really?
I'm just saying.
Ah.
I think that he's telling the truth.
Oh, this is.
That's
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. What am I gonna say?
But you were not actually kissing yourself, so is it
Yeah,
really...
but you know, visual.
No.
Look,
This
before
is-
we make any decisions, I think we should ask a couple more questions. Cynthia had a question
I'm
for
sorry.
you, pointing at the drow.
you can call me Tukt.
I-
Tooked. Okay.
Took. Okay. Hi, Took.
Hi.
How long have you been here?
You mean the Underdark?
Yes, in the Underdark, because you seemed you wanted to get out.
About 30 years or so.
Holy shit.
Been around. Different cities.
And you just
You
haven't...
like know your way
cultures.
around.
Yeah, like, why haven't
Yes.
you just left the Underdark? Like, what's up with that?
I don't
Sexting
know
question.
the outside world. And to be
Oh.
honest, I ran away from the Ghoul Empire in not so good standing.
Oh.
Just saying. I think
Relatable.
that we could probably be a good team for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
I listen. I thoroughly this. He tried to impersonate me, and it didn't work. And I don't know. I believe him 100%. I think that he's telling the truth, and that he has been as true as he can be. You know, didn't really have much of a choice on whether or not to turn into one of us.
And to be
Especially
fair,
if if that's like your innate nature, then it's like you're not gonna think about just going to ask someone. You're gonna be like, oh well, I'm just gonna do what I always do.
Fair. So
Yeah.
if Hornsworth was the one who was impersonated, and if Hornsworth trusts you, I'm inclined to do the same. But I think we should add more caveats to this partnership than just the kissing, though you can do that if you want.
it's an odd
Except
request,
that it was-
but
Hornsworth is odd gnome. You were in his head, you know.
you seem like an odd.
Yeah.
You know my
group,
deepest, darkest
yes.
secrets now.
Some of them because you thought of them.
Oh shit.
So whenever you asked me a
Oh, yeah.
question, you thought of the thing, and I read your mind.
Oh,
Yeah. I did.
I don't know everything about you, but I can read your surface thoughts easily.
Interesting.
So
That's
That's
so
why I
interesting.
knew.
Wait, can you do that when you're not the person? Like, can you just do that innately?
yes, I have been doing it
That's so
constantly to all
cool.
of you.
Wow.
Oh,
So you
sweet.
definitely.
So then
Okay.
you know what I'm going to propose.
Yes. I do.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna propose.
So
can you
I-
Yeah, wait, Galena, I can't read thoughts. Hold on.
You can't Hornsworth. I thought we were on the same page. No, but if we do decide to take you with us,
Mm.
I'm thinking if he escaped from Ghoul Empire, he can give us some insight as to what we are going to be facing. I mean, it is we are literally going in blind right now. We don't know what is going on. It could be good information to have.
Sure,
I
have.
think this is great because
I have
you probably have a
information
lot.
about them. Yes,
So I
can
mean,
happily
what do
trade
you
that.
all-
It's not an issue.
What are we thinking? Friends? Party?
I guess. Yeah. Cautious friends.
I just
Yeah.
think that we
Um,
could be the best of friends. I don't
So,
know.
Oh my
so wait,
god.
Fondue, to clear things up, like,
Mhm.
it is Took still charmed?
Seemingly.
Mm,
At least.
He
right.
took looks
Because-
towards you, Cynthia, and says, "No, I'm not. I never was."
Mm.
Are you immune to charm magic?
That's fun.
Can you teach
no,
me some of your tricks?
no. It's
Oh.
like asking a fish if they could teach you to breathe underwater.
I should ask the
Mm.
fish that sometime.
I will assure you,
Can
you
talk
won't.
to animals. It would be cool.
But no, I cannot teach it. There are, from what I know about magic, I'm not a magic user, but it seems what you tried to use on me was not correct. And from that, you can gather, Cynthia, that he is not a humanoid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charles, okay.
So wait, how old are you? Okay, I should ask you that. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Let me see if I can find how old doppelgangers grow.
Oh, they grow. Oh,
Huh?
that's fine. Nothing.
I think I'm around 50 or so.
And you've been
Oh.
down here for 30 of those years.
That's a good life.
Yes.
And
Before that, in the Kryn dynasty,
I see. And you said you left on like not the best of term. Like what? I guess I don't want to
Yes.
like pry into your personal life, but if you would be willing to share, I would love to know what caused you to finally run away. And how long ago did you run away?
it's been about a month or so.
Oh,
So you were there recently.
Yes.
Definitely could help.
Listen,
us.
I've been living in the Underdark for long, but I don't know how to navigate it very well.
Yeah, all we have is a map it's
terrible.
yeah.
It's awful.
That
As
might
someone
be-
who wants to be a cartographer, it's terrible. I'm just gonna say.
But it would serve enough to be able to help Tukt here get out. That could be our bargaining chip for the information we get from you. You don't have to travel with us. And if you don't want, I mean, because we are unfortunately heading deeper in. We're heading toward the Kryn. If that's not where you want to be, maybe coming with us isn't the idea. But
True.
we do have the map. It is not great, but it will at least lead you back where we came from, which will get you
There's
out
a
of here.
door with a button, and all you have to do is wait. Don't kill anything or anyone. All you have to do
You
is
shouldn't
wait.
have told him that yet. I mean, but all right.
Sorry.
It's fine. We still have the map. So, does that seem amicable, along with Hornsworth wanting to kiss you?
Yes,
I just want to know what
this
it would
is
be
fine.
like.
All right. Because over the table, Evelyn, you have cartography tools, right?
yeah.
So you'd be able to copy the map, so we could still keep the map, and he would have one.
I mean,
right?
it would be just as much as a rough draft as the one that we already have.
I mean,
because I'm
I
not
feel like-
proficient. So.
I mean, it's so bad that like it's fine. He just needs to be able to get out. So theoretically, we could do that.
Hmm.
Okay, so Evelyn, you could copy map for Tukt. The question is, what do we? Like, I look at him like, I don't know what to ask you.
Well, hmm.
what
I'm
do we
just-
ask him, y'all?
So you're a drow, right?
No, I'm not a drow.
Or-
Well, my
okay,
form is now
yeah.
of a drow, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I just
A
wanna make sure
nobleman whom
yeah,
I
we're all clear on that.
took the identity of for about 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
see.
Hmm.
If you would
Okay.
like me
Can
to
you
assume
take the
another
identity
form.
of anyone?
Yes.
like,
any
at-
person, yes, I can become.
That you've like met? Like, so could you theoretically become like a ghoul?
Yes. Although it is the ghoul part is a little bit harder
Yeah.
because I can't fake being dead like they are. The ghouls are undead.
Yeah, that's
I cannot fake
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
could like I okay.
So what are you trying to do? Like, what's your goal? Just to get out of here?
Survive.
What's your general?
What is the life of a doppelganger? Survival. There's no society in which we
have-
are welcome.
Oh, yeah, we get that. Do you have like an original form? Like, you
Yes,
said
I
this
do.
isn't your form, so
I do, but
I
that
mean,
is very
you don't
personal.
have to show us, but
No,
okay,
I will
yeah,
not.
okay.
For us doppelganger, our original form is very personal.
Could you like is it you know what? No, I'll just leave that one up to my imagination.
Yeah, that's probably.
I
fine
just
with
was
that.
like I just wanted to know more. I'm like, okay, well like what is the general vibe? But you know, I
Actually-
respect this doppelganger.
Yeah.
I got mad respect.
Here's a question for you, Tukt.
Yes.
You are doppelganger. You came from Kryn Dynasty.
Yes.
Are there many doppelganger in the Kryn Dynasty? Is this a common thing, or did you just find yourself there due to lifestyle, or not lifestyle, but the
Circumstance. Yeah.
circumstance, your way of
was-
life?
Born in the Kryn dynasty. Doppelgangers, we are, from what I understand, we are very rare.
Mm. So it was just circumstance.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, would you want to travel with us, or do you just want to kind of go on your way?
I do feel like traveling with you, at least for a little bit, might be safer.
Probably.
We are heading towards where you ran away from, though. That is like I am not opposed to keeping you with us, but just you were just there.
But
'cause-
if you're going surface side, that could help.
Surface
Yeah.
side from on the Kryn side, though. Is that
Yes.
okay with you? Okay.
For now. And since
All
Yeah.
right.
wait, are we close to the border?
We
I think
should be
relatively-
getting there. Yeah.
Are
We-
we?
I can use that to my advantage. I think I saw.
I think we're
yes.
relatively close.
I've seen an elf or a dwarf once or twice. I can use that.
You could just be a dwarf.
I can
hang
if I
out.
want to. Yes.
That's so fun.
All right.
I've seen a
Okay.
few of them.
All right. Well, okay. So this is probably important for us to know as a group, just because we like people, but we've had some issues with strangers in the past, specifically a cat. Don't worry about it. It was
I don't
fine.
trust cats.
But why are you kind of disband from the Kryn? That's probably important for us to know.
Why am I running? You say
Yes.
my cover was blown.
Oh, they found out that you were doppelganger, and they did not like
Yes.
that, right?
I was in
rude.
I was in Darakan, and they found out that I had been impersonating a noble drow for 5 years or so.
Oh, that's a long time.
It
So
is.
that is actually even more useful to us then, because we are going into the Kryn with very little information. If you have information of noble, information of that higher stature,
I do.
that could be
some.
very, very helpful to us.
I was a lesser noble just to stay off the radar, but had
still better
access.
than if you were a peasant, and it wouldn't be as
Oh, yes.
helpful. So what can you tell us about Kryn Dynasty? What can you tell us? Because the outside world knows little about it, and we are going in there. We are trying to.
interesting.
We're on a holy quest.
Yeah.
A holy quest.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's.
It is long story. You may have known some of it from reading Hornsworth's thoughts and all
Little
of
bit,
ours
yes.
right now. I'm realizing.
Sorry,
This is
it is an instinct to read thoughts. I apologize for
listen,
It is okay.
just don't judge me for him. That's all I care about.
Trust me, I have
So
read
from-
thoughts way worse.
That is
Well,
surprising because
valid.
Hornsworth is a little bit of a.
A what?
Well,
He's,
least
he's
they're
a
not-
little
I love you, Hornsworth. Mwah.
he's a little naughty, but he does not imagine violence and genocide at least, so that's nice.
no,
You know,
that's
that
great.
is true. That is true.
Yeah. Big
Hornsworth's
plus.
just a little guy. We like him. I just
Yeah,
had to
indeed.
love
just
it,
a
even
little
though
boy.
even though he's the same height as me, I'm just like reaching. So what can you tell us of the Kryn, of the society that we are approaching, of
Do you mind letting me go?
letting you go?
Yeah, because you grabbed onto him.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yes,
It's
yes.
okay.
I
And he
apologize.
kinda straightens clothes and just wipes himself off.
I was just
It's
like,
okay.
what, isn't he like 7 feet tall? And
Yeah,
I'm like,
well,
so
like
I was
si-
just
like
hugging him around the waist.
6, like 5'5", like yeah, you were like,
I mean,
but he
it's
grew.
basically. I'm so sorry. It was
It's okay.
You're very warm. It's cold down here.
Yes. Now then, he like stretches a little bit. All right then. What do you know of the Ghoul Empire?
Oh,
Cool bad. That's about all we know.
we know a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
We have heard a bit of the crawling king, but we do not know much about him.
Mm.
Slithering king. 'cause he has no
Slithering king.
legs.
Oh yeah,
Crawling
because he
king.
used you one. But yeah. We know that they are
There's a
they are
ghoul
rising.
uprising, yeah.
We faced more ghouls than I'd like to admit. But we
Mhm.
know little of their goals other than wanting to
Take
rise.
over.
Or what?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ghouls themselves are not particularly intelligent beings. And like I'm assuming you're starting to travel now, and he's telling you this
Mhm.
while you're traveling.
Yeah.
The ghouls themselves
Oh,
are
we
not.
fought some dark holes as well, right? Is that what they're called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That
because there's
is-
ghouls and the dark ghouls are the smarter ones. Like
The,
Yes.
like,
like-
Boris?
like Boris,
Was this
yeah.
how
I
we-
still have his mask in my backpack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Good
old
times.
Boris.
Oh Boris.
Oh, Boris.
As yes, the ghouls are driven by an insatiable hunger. It is a curse long since put on them. They cannot get rid of it. They must constantly consume. And they would not be such a threat were it not for the Darakul, who are the highly intelligent and sentient ghouls.
I think have run into at least one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more.
Probably
Mm.
2. Really?
Yeah, I think there was one in that
Oh.
party of ghouls we ran into on the road. as
That
well.
had the Archduke's
drawing.
paper? Or was it the Archduke that was
Mhm.
the drawing of?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Don't remember.
But yes, the problem that they have, however, is that the Darakul are very difficult to create. Getting more of them is a problem. Because in order to become one, you have to survive Darakul fever, which is a very dangerous and deadly disease that the Darakul spread.
Oh. And do they just spread that without is it just like an infectious disease sort of thing where it kind of just
It is,
spreads
yes,
or
but it is an infectious disease, yes, but they also have a very methodical way of treating it. They have a whole society
because
built
how
around
would
it.
that Yeah, okay.
So-
that makes sense. 'Cause I was interested to see if it's more of an infection, how do they control that over the masses of
It is
everyone
not
else, but...
an infection in that it spreads wildly. It can only spread if you are bitten by a Darakul.
Oh, I see. So
Yes. And they have practices in place to make sure that they try to create more Darakul, but as said, it is very difficult. So
I see.
Is it difficult because it is not easy to survive? Is that what it is?
Yes.
It's
Indeed.
deadly.
indeed, yes, they have been looking for a way to make it more consistent so that they can have more of their rank, but so far they have not found a way. They have legions.
That's wild.
And they have temples where they worship, and this is where they try to create Darakul. The legions, when they fight their enemies, they try to turn them into more Darakul, but like said, does not work very well.
So they're turning their enemies, say they'll capture them and then they bite them to see if they survive.
Correct,
that-
yes. Prisoners of war, yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is interesting to know that is something they are seeking. I mean, it's not something we want to give them, but it is a weakness we can exploit, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
What can you tell us of? You said you were a lower noble, but it would still be interesting to us to know anything about anything of note from the politics of the Kryn dynasty. Anything you may have heard about the Bright Queen, because
Yes.
we may have to face. Maybe not face her, but she is unfortunately relevant to our quest as well. So any information would be useful. Because again,
Lil-
the outside world, we know nothing.
Lilith Kryn has lived for a very, very long time. Some say the Bright Queen has lived for over 1,000 years.
Is it? I mean, this might be a little silly for me to say, but she's not a ghoul, a dark ghoul, is she?
Oh no,
Not that you would know for
She
sure,
is
but-
a dark elf.
She's an elf. Okay.
The allegiance that the Kryn dynasty has with the Darakul is one of regretful necessity. The Kryn do not want anything to do with the Darakul. However, there is a strong faction of Drow that still live in the Underdark that despise the Kryn dynasty and are a thorn in the Kryn dynasty's side. And the Darakul are there to help to get rid of this nuisance. For you see, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the history of the Drow, but the Drow were not always the Kryn dynasty. They were people living in the Underdark, and at some point in history, they decided that they have endured this shame for long enough and set out to live on the top side. And in this process, they left behind their previous deity. What's her name again? The spider one. Give me a second. Lolth,
Can't remember.
the spider queen. And they turned to a new god, a mysterious one called the Luxon. I'm not a particularly religious person, but the Luxon is very important in the Kryn dynasty's culture, and it is believed and to an extent also proven, I guess, that you are able to continue your life in a second lifetime through the Luxon, which is how the Bright Queen has lived so long. This is but one of her many lifetimes.
Interesting.
Yes, but you need to
Evelyn,
be
have you
of a
heard
very high...
anything?
Sorry?
No, I was just gonna ask Evelyn if she knows anything about this, just religious talk.
I would have to roll for an
That's
order.
why,
You
'cause
can
I know
roll
that
a
you-
religion check, yes.
I'll do that while he continues to tell his story.
Yes, good roll,
17.
good roll.
You've heard the name Luxon, but it's not part of the prime deities. It's not part of the betrayer gods. It does not relate to their history in any way. It is very foreign to you.
Was worth asking.
Okay. Not relevant. Okay.
So there is this faction that is very, very angry at the Kryn dynasty for forsaking Lolth, and it is said that Lolth herself is furious for their betrayal.
I wonder if
Mm.
that's something that we could
Yeah,
exploit.
I was going to ask, do you happen to know their location or
The
anything
Dark
about-
Elves,
Mhm.
they have several cities in the Underdark. I have not been in those cities. I've been mostly in the Ghoul Empire as a Drow noble,
Hmm.
or different creatures within the Ghoul Empire.
Okay. So are the Drow,
Mm.
since they're basically being hunted by the Kryn dynasty at this point, are
Yes.
they amassing like warriors, an army of some sort to like protect their kind, or what's going on?
It is more that the Kryn dynasty is the one defending themselves. The Drow of
Oh.
the Underdark are the aggressors. They are the ones who seek revenge
Have Have you ever heard of your time within like the Ghoul Empire, and then
Can you say that again?
did you ever hear talks of the Red Wedding at all, or of potentially plans to marry two gods together? Or it's they're two
No.
vessels. I think of the
I can't say I have,
Okay.
no. This sounds, if
Okay.
such a plan is happening, it sounds like it is
high.
high court kind of dealings, which I did not have access to. And to be fair,
That's
I try to keep my way out of that. I just stick my head down and try to live a life.
very fair. Very fair.
But yes, Darakan is where I was. Their current leader is Nikophoros the Pale. He's been ruling for about 22 years.
Wow, that's a good term.
Wait, what is he leading? I'm sorry, I missed that.
He's the leader of the Ghoul. He's the emperor of the Ghoul Empire.
Right, okay.
Okay. Man.
The previous emperor, Vermicile, the Grave Dancer, he was actually killed by Drow assassins. The ones that they are trying to get rid of.
So if they're able to take out one of the rulers, I feel like that means they pretty good.
They are very resourceful, yes.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Cool.
Oh, I feel like, I mean, I don't know how everyone else is feeling, but I feel like trying to find this like legion of Drow underground is probably a good move for us.
I mean, they don't like goals, that's for sure.
Yeah, neither do we.
The enemy of my enemy.
It certainly could be worth trying to ally with them, yes.
It could be
Yeah.
dangerous, but
I've-
everything
Our life is dangerous.
Yeah.
Everything is dangerous. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Let's see.
Yeah. This has nothing to do with what we're currently talking about, but I
Mhm.
just want to say to Tut, I keep wanting to. Okay. Just want to throw this out here. Just in case you haven't gleaned from this current conversation that we're having, we're probably not the best people to turn into in the future. So if you leave our group, you'll probably be killed on sight.
Yeah, I do
for
not
certain
recommend
people,
turning into
so,
us.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Just letting you know,
Noted.
just for future reference. So I don't want
Noted.
to have a random Evelyn running around the town somewhere. So
Understood.
thank you, appreciate that. Respecting our boundaries is really nice of you. Thank you.
Oh, I have another question for you. I'm not sure
Yes?
if you will know this, since you stayed mostly in cities, but you wouldn't happen to know where, what is it called? Where the ruins of the place that we're going. I forget.
yeah.
I can't find the name. But you know
is it Urzen Ruins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. If you happen to know where the ruins of Urzin are, I know it is. We know it is in the kingdom, and it might be. It's important to us, and we have no maps, nothing to help us navigate. So if you have any indication,
I
would
might know depending on where we come out. If we're in, yes, depends where we're coming out of
that is fair.
into the surface. I might have an inkling of the direction it is in.
That is better than nothing. We will certainly take that help.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's like over the table. I'm trying to think if there's any other specific questions about the Kryn dynasty or like the
Dynasty, yeah.
locations or geography. Because as a noble, I don't know how much he would know. So I'm trying to like frame these questions in a way that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because like obvious is like tell us everything, but I don't want to. That's such a cop out just to ask that.
Yeah.
No. Plus, they won't tell us everything.
Of
so.
course, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm trying to be very specific.
I'm scrolling back through my notes to see what I've
Yeah,
got.
that's all I've really been able to come up with from my notes. So, bleh. you know, bleh.
Bleh.
I feel like we
Did
got pretty good amount of information. I'm sure we'll figure some more out as we go through the.
I mean, we're like traveling as we talk about this, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. This is like these are conversations that are happening over like an extended
I
period of
guess-
time.
Time.
Oh, actually, I guess the only other questions I would have is there you speak of Lolth, you speak of what did you say the other one? You speak of these gods.
Mhm.
If we need to, we probably won't succeed if we do this, but if we need to somehow infiltrate or like use religious talk to try to ease our way into social situations, is there anything in specific we should say regarding these gods that might give us
Well,
favor with people?
Torog is the one of the more popular gods that the
Yes.
ghouls worship.
He's-
On top of that, there is
He's-
Tharisdun, the Chain of Oblivion, is also worshipped by them. Either one should get you in good standing. I've heard also talk of a goddess called Vesh, but
Yes, we are.
You've
Unfortunately,
heard
we're
talk
aware.
about Vesh? Oh,
I've heard the name, but not a
Right.
widely
Let me-
worshipped
She's not.
goddess.
Her and Turok. Mm-mm.
Are there any like phrases we should do? Like I can't. I would
What is
assume I
it,
would know.
Like the storm. What do they say? Like, may the storm lord protect you, or whatever they
Yeah,
say.
that's what I'm asking. Basically, I just don't know.
Yeah,
how
yeah,
to-
yeah.
And to you as well.
Yeah, like are there?
You two.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna see what I can find. Give me a sec.
I mean, it's fine. Like if you give us the information at the time, it's fine. But I just want to put it out there that we are asking this because I want as much information as possible for when we are faced with people and cultures that we have no idea what they're like.
It's very considerate of you.
That's true.
I like information.
I want to be inclusive.
It also helps to trick people, makes you think you know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Oh, strong as stone.
Very best that no one understands. Okay.
If you meet anyone who is a follower of Torog, it is customary to say, "Great pain upon you, and may you grant great pain."
That's a lovely one.
I mean, he is the god of like torture and prison, so you know what? It makes sense.
One might say that chains and whips excite him.
Some could say.
Some might say.
Great pain
Tharis-
upon you. and-
Tharisdun
What was?
is an odder one. To be honest, I got I got very bad feelings from the people who worship Tharisdun.
Huh.
No.
You should.
With a name like Chain of Oblivion, I can imagine why. All right.
Usually, when you meet people of worshipping them, they tend to end conversations with "May life disappear into the all-consuming maw," which wonderful
Oh
way to
my
end
God.
conversations.
What a wonderful way to wish people well.
Yes.
All right.
Also, during your travels out, he mentions also a little tidbit of history about the Darakul. At some point in conversation, he's like, the history of the Darakul is also a little mysterious, as is much of history. Some say the first Darakul became undead through sheer will and boundless depravity. Others say that Darakul are the children of a mythical ghoul dragon named Darak, who still roams the Shadowfell. But who's to say what of this is true and what is just legend?
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
And we can now say you're seeing light at the end of the tunnel. No pun intended. As you exit the Underdark with the help of your okay-ish map, you are able to find the exit, and you enter into the Kryn dynasty coming out of a cave, and the sky is cloudy. It's daytime still. It's cloudy. The atmosphere is barren and dry. It smells like marshland, but everything is dry. And in the distance, far, far in the distance, in the skyline, you can see a huge dark dome. And we're going to take a 15-minute break now. It's time to take a little break.
Wow.
Okay.
That was a lot
So,
of information.
everyone, we're going to take a little break now. A little bathroom sit and other types of breaks, and we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. Meanwhile, you'll see some clips from our previous episodes. And, stretch, go grab something to drink, and so on. And we will see you in about 10-15 minutes. See you in a sec. Hi, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hope you had a good
Hello.
break. Hello.
Hello.
Your friendly neighborhood faded ones are back to do
That's
whatever
us.
we are doing.
We're doing something.
You're
We're
learning.
alive for now.
learning. You're
we
learning,
figured out
making
which one
friends.
was the real me.
The imposter was what's the phrase when you throw him into space? I don't know.
Ejected.
Ejected
yeah.
into space. That's the word I was looking for. I was like, vented? No, that's not the right one.
But that
Imposter
is
vented
that
into
is an
space.
Among Us term. So
It is, but it's not the
Mungus.
right one.
It's okay. No one has to know.
I'm cool with the kids.
I like mungus.
So before the break, the Faded Ones found another Hornsworth amongst them, and after some smart sleuthing, they found out which one was the imposter, and it was indeed a doppelganger. And after making a deal with the doppelganger, they found out some very valuable information about the Kryn dynasty and the Ghoul Empire. And now they have just stepped out on the surface side of the Kryn dynasty. That's where we continue. So you see this dome in the distance and a barren wasteland in front of you.
Oh. Hey, Tukt, what is that?
Oh, that is the capital of the Kryn dynasty, Orosona.
It's a. But why is it? Seems
Oh,
like
yes.
gesturing?
Drow cannot, or Drow have a very difficult time living under the sun due to many hundreds of years of living underground. So, through some magic or whatnot, they've created a permanent night around their capital.
Oh, that is very clever.
Mm.
Huh. Good
Some
to know.
fun aesthetics, yeah. Okay.
That is also good to know. Like, hopefully we don't have to go in there, but if we do,
Oh,
we'll be
God.
aware that it is.
Mhm.
Good thing I have these, and I put down my little goggles of night vision. Well, actually, I guess I've been wearing them the whole time because we were
You're in
underground.
the Underdark,
Um,
yeah.
But I just kind of like tap my little goggles, which I'm
Mhm.
so glad that I have now, so I don't have to just like hold on to Evelyn
Mhm.
or Cynthia or anyone for that matter. Remember, y'all, I'm the only one without dark vision. It's a great time.
Yeah.
Dark vision. About 80% of the races have it, and the rest don't.
And it's a struggle. You did say that you might be able to point us in the right direction towards the ruins. Is this
Yes.
a place that you'd be able to?
Give me a sec. I'm gonna make a roll. Please. I'm gonna make a roll. That was a very good roll.
Yes.
With no modifiers, that was a very good roll. He's like, can you show me the map that you have?
Does our map wait? What?
But our
Which
map is just of the Underdark.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
even
True.
we don't even have a map of the Kryn dynasty.
Right.
We just have.
That's true. Let me
We
get.
have vibes only.
Like, if I'm not mistaken,
Vibes-based.
we have a vague direction that it's in, but
It was across it was the other side of the mountain range of Rockguard Garrison, but I have no idea. What
Yeah, that's
at now.
that's literally what I have written down as well. So I mean, I guess we could pull out the map of the Dwendalian Empire. It's like, this is all we have. We don't have a proper map of Kryn.
He goes like, he's kind of mumbling to himself and then looking in the direction. It should be south of here.
Oh.
Okay.
Considering where Rosona is, and then I can
Mm.
see the mountains surrounding the area. Yes, it should be south.
Very helpful. So, do you want to come with us, or are we parting here? Like, what is happening?
I think it is best to part our ways now.
Sounds good to me.
Oh.
I do believe I owe a certain little person a kiss.
That's me. I'm the littlest guy.
Very well. And then again, you see him transform, and his like skin kind of turns inside out, and then turns into your clothes, and then his face restructures, and he shrinks down to your size. All right then.
I'll be honest. You can be me anytime you want. I'm just gonna say it. I'm giving you permission to be I feel like you have a rough life. You can be me if you want. Just don't like put a fucking bounty on my head or something, you know?
I will aim not to, as that would blow my cover. And
But
make
you
it
know, I feel like
pointless.
I'm gonna be over here for a while. So if you have to go into, you could be me. People might ask questionable things about me, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. I just
where
think
are you
that
where have you mostly lived?
The capital that I forgot the name of.
Zadash
Was
is
it
the city.
The Dash.
No.
I was like, it's with a V?
No.
I don't know.
It's not the
No.
capital, but it's like one of the big cities. The capital is Rexcentrum.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. Zadash was like the big one where I lived a lot of my time, so you could go.
So if I avoid Zadash,
funny.
then I should be fine.
You'll be fine. But I don't know, it'd make your life a little easier. I feel like it's probably
Anyway.
hard to only be able to turn into people. Yeah, we can kiss now.
Pucker up. And then the rest of you see a odd sight of Hornsworth kissing Hornsworth. And you may decide how you feel about that.
I just think
Glena's-
Evelyn like leans down to Glena and is like, I don't think I'll ever be able to unsee this. And I don't know how to feel.
I don't think I'll be able to unsee it either, but I'm okay with that. So I'm just staring intently.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm a little
valid.
impressed that Hornsworth is going this.
He's going hard, isn't he? Wow.
I'm assuming this whole conversation happened while they're kissing and just...
Yeah, absolutely.
just like...
That's what happens.
Oh my
when you have
god, that was the best
spectators.
thing that I could have ever possibly happened, I'm gonna be honest. Thank you for letting me kiss you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
That was nice. And then he turns into a dwarven man with a big bushy beard and bald. And he says, "Right, well, it is time for me to make my exit. I wish you all a fantastic journey and adventure, and I hope you find what you are looking for."
You too.
Be safe.
That's how it feels to drive an Ford F-150. That's what that feels like. That's me.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway.
Have a good one. And then he saunters off.
Oh yeah, gotta saunter. All right.
Well,
Well,
That was
fun.
I loved that. Anyway.
That's
best day of my life.
That could have gone much worse. I count this all as a win, honestly.
Yeah, truly.
I got to kiss myself. How many people can say that? Not many.
But you weren't. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah.
I was like
you got
myself.
Just yourself.
let him have this. Let him have
You
this.
got to do it. Good for you, Hornsworth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'll be honest, I thought that he was gonna back out last second, so that's
Well,
he's a doppelganger of his word,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
is wonderful.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
hope
good
that
to
he
know
has
in
the best life
future.
ever. I'll say it. I like him.
Yeah, I agree. They seem like, they're just trying to live their life, and
Me giving permission for him to
Yeah.
use my likeness for the rest of his life, not gonna bite me in the ass. It's fine.
No.
I would never
mean-
do that. Why
No.
would me? I would never. Do that.
As long as there's not like a bounty on my head, it's fine, Like as long as I'm like not like a prisoner of the Empire anymore, I'll be
Right.
fine.
It's funny
Wanted
because
terrorist.
Exactly.
With
like
Hornsworth being the way he is, I feel like it'll be very like, oh, Hornsworth did what now? That makes sense, and no one's gonna question it.
yeah, I'm not gonna know.
Yeah. The only thing, yeah,
Do
there
you
might
even
be
know the
some
difference between the lies and
disgruntled
truth?
lovers, maybe, that he might run into. Other than that,
I don't know. Maybe this one will be a lot. Maybe this Hornsworth will be a lot more successful.
oh,
Cynthia, why are you so mean to me?
Why are you so
Cynthia's
bad at
sassy.
it? It's been a
Dials.
long day. My
Yikes.
spells didn't work. It's been a long day.
I understand.
It's an
Yeah,
understandable.
actually, speaking of that, like, about what time would we judge that it is based on, now that we're outside?
Like 2, 3 p.m. ish.
It's hard to tell because it's like darker.
It's
here.
cloudy, but it's not dark because there's like
Oh.
light here. The dark area is just Rossona.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
there's like a dome around the city. Okay,
Yeah.
so do we want to try to get a couple hours travel south, see if we're able to make any headway? Because one thing we didn't ask is how far south he thinks it is. So we could be
Oh,
traveling
true.
for 5 minutes, or we could be traveling for 5 days. But
I mean,
I
how?
think we could just.
Go ahead.
I think we should travel a little bit because I feel like being right near an exit to the Underdark maybe isn't like the most safest
Yeah.
place. I don't know
Not
how
true. We have
often
nowhere else to
traveled this
go.
is, but yeah.
And as well.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah.
here we go.
Let's go.
Right. so
Let's
you-
go,
you-
everyone.
Let's go.
Calm down, Chris Pratt.
Let's go, everyone.
Chris Pratt, no.
I
There
want a
we
Chris Pratt cover of the Mario cover of Country Roads.
Oh my god.
He goes, look,
What?
it's me.
Oh,
What a tunnel to go into.
I just feel like we need it. I don't know.
fair.
You might
Oh.
not be wrong.
Mm. So you head off and you travel for a couple of hours southward before it's starting to get dark. So I assume that you would like to make camp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you do so on there's some trees there that you're
I think we should make
traveling
a fire.
along.
That feels like a bad idea.
It's like a forest, but all the trees are like
Dead.
either barren or have little leaves.
I say we don't make a fire. I don't know. I feel like it's not a good idea.
Honestly, I agree. We are
Yeah.
in dangerous territory, and
Mhm.
and we have our rations. Pulling out my
You do.
dried
Yeah.
hardtack and
Yeah, it's
Nom,
not
nom,
great,
nom,
but
nom, nom. We do not need fire. It's fine. We can hug each other for warmth, as I just like on Hornsworth.
Come here.
All right, who takes first
Evelyn,
watch?
you get on the other side. Come on. Let's...
I wouldn't mind
Apparently
taking
so.
first watch to get it out of the way so I can get
Okay.
good night's sleep after.
Ooh,
cool.
yeah.
You may roll a perception check for me.
I will roll that. Let's go.
Let's go.
11.
11. Your watch goes off without a hitch. You hear sounds of creatures you are not familiar with. You are in a wilderness that is foreign to you. So the sounds of the wilderness are also foreign. You see against the moonlit sky a huge bird fly in the distance.
Towards or
Does-
away from us, or just like
Like just across the sky, but not in your direction. But very big.
Like dragon?
It doesn't seem like a
Size?
dragon from the silhouette. It seems like a bird.
But like, oh, okay.
is it size of dragon?
Yeah, I guess that was more of the question, like, comparably.
Hard to say how big exactly, but it is big.
That's so scary.
Because it's in the
That's
distance, so it's
terrifying.
like it's hard to say the exact size. But yep, that's your watch.
Good night.
Who's next?
Second watch.
I can take the last watch if we want. If somebody wants to take this one.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
Go for it. Perception, please.
Cynthia. Cynthia.
I can perceive not that well.
It's about the same as my roll.
It's an
What do you
average
help
roll.
I
Mid
see?
perception.
And there's
Mhm,
nothing wrong with being average.
mhm.
Facts.
Straight facts.
No
Yeah. So same thing for you as well. What?
Sorry. You said straight facts, and I said no printer.
Oh, I didn't
Took me
hear
a second
that.
to get it.
Ah, okay. I didn't hear you say
Sorry.
that. Okay.
Please help me. I'm in
No
danger. I took mental health damage. I'm not mental health damage. Psychic damage from that.
Mm,
I took mental.
I take mental health damage every
I
single
don't
day
know
of
why
my
I'm saying
life.
I took mental health damage is the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's like a
Anytime someone
wonderful,
says
wonderful phrase. I took
I
mental.
think
That's
that was my subconscious speaking.
I've taken some mental health damage.
Every
Every
day.
day.
every day of my life.
Every day I wake up.
Every day I wake up.
Kalina's having a nightmare.
Like whimpering in her sleep and fidgeting.
Oh
Aw.
my god.
What kind of nightmare, Galena?
Ooh. Oh god, I don't know. About the bird, probably.
Fair.
Picking me up
Shit
and
bird.
dropping me.
No, I hate it.
All right, Cynthia. So your watch. In the distance during your watch, you see a group of riders in the horizon. But they're not riding horses, they're riding some other type of creature.
Oh,
Would
yeah.
it be possible for me to send Edgar forward? Because I feel like if I saw something far away, I would.
Sure, you can do that.
Okay.
You can do that,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll send Edgar forward and use my Raven vision.
Mm-hmm. After flying for a little bit, because it's in the horizon there, you see a group of orcs. They're riding some kind of four-legged beast but you don't know what animal it is. You've never seen this animal before.
They just kind of look like just standard travelers, maybe. Just like on a...
Yeah, they look like they're could be hunting for food, could be traveling. Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna make sure that they're not coming towards us or anything, and
Nope.
then yeah. Okay, cool. And I'll just
Uh,
relay that to the next person when we swap. That's
Mhm.
Something
And
I
now
saw.
the swap happens.
Is this the last watch or is this?
Yeah, last
We
one.
have one more. Okay, I'll take this one then.
Mm-hmm. Perception. But you don't... Do you have dark vision?
Me?
Hmm?
Yeah, but no.
Oh, right. No. Oh, because halflings don't have it. Right. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it mixed
Everyone but me didn't have it or had it.
up.
I've never played D&D without dark vision, actually.
This was the
'Cause
first time I did, and it was the
Smart move.
worst.
Because
Yeah.
I only play
You had a
gnomes.
glowing sword.
I've never played any other race.
I feel like they give dark vision a little bit too liberally in 5th edition, but anyway.
Mm,
Yeah.
23, yeah, you are on it. You are on it. And-
Doppelgangers.
Again, same thing with you as well. A foreign land and a foreign environment, so sounds and smells are all weird, foreign, unusual. And you actually see some creatures being carried by a giant bird in the distance. You see something in its claws limp.
Can I see where the bird came from and like where it's heading? Or is it kind of just like
Galena, would you have like relayed the information about the bird to Cynthia and then tell Cynthia to
Yes.
relate? Okay, so based on that information, you can tell that it's going towards where the bird came from.
okay, and so it's like not it's been kind of avoiding where we're at. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
you
near
just
us,
see it
it's
in the
just been
distance
kind of like okay.
against the
Note to
moonlight.
self. Large bird. Not near us. Thank God.
Borb.
Ugh. Oh, I hate that. I don't like birds. I don't like birds.
That's it, yeah. Other than that, your watch goes without a hitch.
Alright.
And you wake up to another cloudy morning.
I had the worst dream last night.
What was it about?
You know that bird I told you about.
I
There's
just
a-
saw the bird. Oh no! I'm sorry.
No,
not
it's okay.
yours.
I'll tell you. Talking about things is important.
Yes,
It
yes.
came, it swooped, and it picked me up, and it kept flying higher and higher, and then it dropped me, and I was falling, and then every time I got close to the ground, I would go back up to the top, and I would fall more.
Oh my God, no!
It was just constant.
I
It
would
was.
murder that bird before it could pick you up. Don't you worry about it. This bird bothering you, King?
I appreciate that.
not even gonna body a bird, okay.
Oh. You said you just saw the bird. Is it gone?
Yeah, I think
gone,
it went.
right?
It went the other way. Of it. I think it went hunting. Probably. It got
Ah.
something to snack on. Probably.
Note to self: do not go that way. As I point towards where I
Yeah.
saw the bird flying away.
And then I'll
from.
point and I'll go, yeah, that area? No.
Okay.
Shall we set off? Shall we do this?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
oh
Alright.
boy.
Yeah.
As we travel, I'd like to note that Galena is just glancing up at the sky a lot more than she probably needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I will also note that Evelyn would probably have been like using some parchment to like kind of jot down with her cartography tools what I mean it's
Okay.
a rudimental look, but it's something for now.
Okay, roll a dexterity check for me.
Yeah.
You don't
Let's
have proficiency.
go.
Proficiency yet, so we'll see how well your note taking goes now during this leg of the travel.
Evelyn.
Yeah.
You're so
I think
awesome.
it's just a regular roll. Oh.
Whoa.
Are the
You
birds scaring
try
you too?
your best, and once you've
Just
reached
like-
your location, you will notice that it's very bad. You know when you like take notes and then you come back to the notes, you're like, what does this mean?
me every time I
mean
open
me
up my
every-
D&D journal, so okay.
Yeah, my D&D notes every single time.
Everyone's just going, So it's basically
Yeah.
that where like you do the notes and then it doesn't happen yet. It happens in a few days. And then you look at the map afterwards and you're like, what? Like it just doesn't make sense.
It's
Like,
fine.
what does
It's
this
fine.
mean?
Oh my
I'm
God.
learning. I'm
Yeah.
learning. It's fine.
What's happy place? Like stuff like that. There's like weird notes and you're like, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Like big scary dome place. Like, okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah. As you're traveling south, I'm gonna skip again. I'm not gonna go day by day. I'm just gonna kind of go the major beats. Oh yeah, I should give you a long rest, but I don't think any of you had much except there was one spell used, but I'll do it nonetheless. There's your long rest.
Tasty,
And again-
tasty long rest.
Again, if you want to change spells, etc., you may do so. The first day of travel, you're traveling in this like you're basically going through a forest, but it's very barren. Like everything here seems super barren, and as you were told before, it's because of this used to be this area was the seat of power for the betrayer gods, and like the final battles happened here, and they've scarred the land. So it's very barren. Things don't grow well here. There's corruption that still lingers in these lands, which is why it's so barren and difficult to live here. And as you're traveling, you notice a path, a small, like, not quite a road within these woods, but like a path that has been kind of made. And on this path, you also notice a roadside tribute.
Is there altar? I'm assuming
Yep.
is where the tribute is.
Yes.
Is it recognizable at all? Is there?
You recognize the
iconography?
symbol, yes. It's the same. Sorry, did I cut you off?
No.
It's the same symbol that was on the silver ingots that you found
But, like,
in
boar?
Zadash.
It was a boar head, right?
No, we changed that. It was originally that, but I changed it to
Oh.
a
Oh.
kind of a dodecahedron kind of shape. Not quite dodecahedron. It's like a what is the shape? Need to find it. Just a second. No, it is, yeah, a dodecahedron, yes.
Okay.
That was exactly.
Wait, what is that? Is that what a D20 is?
It's a D12. So that type of
Okay,
shape,
take a
but
photo of it.
two-dimensional. But like a kind of a
Okay.
actually, what did I write here? Let's see. Oh yeah, no, it is a statue of a dodecahedron, simple.
Huh.
There's a stone slab under it. Do any of you speak Undercommon?
No.
Then you do not know what it says. It says something. And by the foot of the whole thing, there is a small alms box, and you can see some tributes that have been left there.
Can I use my innate spellcasting comprehend languages to read it?
Is it written or heard, the comprehend languages? I forget how it works.
Spoken language. Wait, no. I also understand written language that I see, but I have to be touching the surface in which the words are written,
Okay,
and it takes
Yeah.
a minute to read one page of text.
okay, yeah, then you could
That's
use that.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sick. Because I assume like we're traveling, so I'll probably get that back at some point after.
Uh,
But because
Yeah,
we're-
I think it's once a day because it's from your
it's a once a
gnomish.
day.
Yeah, it's your gnomish background thing. So yes, then you get it back.
Yeah.
Beginning of every day.
thing for-
What does it look like when you do that?
I feel like my other eye turns black. Well, I guess it is black a little bit, but like it kind of glows a little bit.
The one
Like,
under the
I-
patch, or
No, the other one. Because they're both technically black, but the one under the patch is the one that's thin. You know.
You know.
Its little problem. Having its little moment. So I feel like my
Okay.
eyes kind of glow a little bit.
Okay. And as they glow and you touch the surface, you understand the text. It says, "Light be with you."
Useful. No, okay. Wait, light be with you. I wonder, is that the Bright Queen? Because I don't know, bright.
I'm
it
assuming you
feels
told us this,
similar.
right?
Yeah, I would
Then-
pass it on.
Perhaps could it be what was the Luxon? Do you think the
Mhm.
symbol is the Luxon? Maybe.
Yeah, do we really even know much about Luxon? Like,
No, literally all he told us is that it's another god kind of type situation, and
Yeah. And Evelyn
They get-
just
they get a
knows
second
the
life.
name, doesn't know anything
Yeah.
about the actual religion. So
I
I
mean,
don't know. Calling someone the Bright Queen sounds similar to, like, I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
light and bright feel very.
Lux, and Lux meaning light. Not that we would know
True.
that as characters, but as a player, that kind of all makes
It's
sense
all
to me.
tying together.
But yeah, so Galena's like, perhaps it might have something to do with that. It would make
Yeah,
sense
it
if
makes
that's
sense.
if that's who they worship now.
How did
'Cause
we get?
it's-
How were there silver ingots with this on it in the catacombs in Zadash? That feels so. Because that's where we got
Same.
them, right? No, did we get
Yeah.
the? Where did we get the silver
No,
ingots?
we did get
Yeah.
them in the catacombs into Dash. I believe.
Oh, was
please
it in,
correct
like,
me if
the
I'm wrong.
study?
It was in that hidden like alchemist area. There was a chest with all and there was notes and stuff, and there was also the ingots in the chest, and we took many of them and sold them. It was great.
I think they were in like where the ghouls were, the catacombs part there, if I recall.
Because the
Ugh.
alchemist was where
That was when you were helping
Brick.
Crick do some stuff.
Oh, you're right. That was
Brick,
different.
sorry.
That was different. You're right.
Yep.
Oh.
I mean, in that case, that would make sense because if it was in the area with the ghouls,
Yeah.
then
makes sense. For some reason-
we have since learned that the Kryn dynasty and all of that is.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think if anything, that just confirms it's probably either sign of Luxum or sign of the Bright Queen herself, like you said. Like it is.
Yeah, because, like, or I guess maybe if their whole shtick is, like, being around Luxon, then it would make sense that, like, it would probably, like, she probably ties into him too.
That's just
That's
so
like-
ironic that they can't handle sunlight and they need darkness, but they.
And then they may light be with you.
Like, it didn't even occur to me she's the Bright Queen, but she has to live in shadow. How odd is that?
It's really funny, actually. They should really work on their branding.
I wonder if that's relevant, though. Maybe that is something like, maybe that is why they decided to shift over to worship Luxum. Maybe they want to not have this, I don't know, sensitivity to.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that'd be interesting.
Because the sensitivity to the dark is a sign of their living in the Underdark, right? Or
Yeah, of
something.
their past and whatnot.
Yeah, which they don't like. Not me just going in and out of Galena's accent. I can't.
No, it's just great.
It's because I'm
That's good.
thinking, so I'm like,
Yeah, no, that's
hello?
good.
We have so much to think about.
This is too big for Galena's small brain.
Your brain is doing so good.
You just see like steam coming out of my ears.
Let her cook.
Cooking.
Anything else you want to do with the roadside thingy?
I'm not gonna leave. No,
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
out.
feels bad, man. Feels bad.
All right. You continue onwards. Can someone roll a survival check for me?
Ooh. Not me.
Not me.
Sure.
I would assume that someone was helping you, and I will let you roll with advantage on that one.
Yeah, I'll roll again.
That was the best.
It was a nat 1 for the viewers. Oh wow.
Oh.
Not the two natural
Wow.
Oh my
ones.
god.
Okay.
We do not survive.
And that is how the Fated Ones ended, everyone. We got swept up by
Fated
multiple
cannot
birds
survive.
while we were
Multiple
wandering through the
birds.
wastelands. How?
Oh my god, I have to screenshot this. This is horrific.
That's
Amazing.
amazing. That's truly. Oof. GG.
Wow.
GG's. The
Anyway,
odds of
we
that happening
die.
are not very high.
No.
Oh boy.
Stacking my desk.
All right. What does this mean then?
And that's how the
That's
Fated
skill
Ones got
issue.
lost in the
Skill
wasteland.
issue.
We're fighting. We're beefing. I've decided.
L plus skill issue plus ratio. All right. The second day that you continue traveling, you've been traveling in this forest now for a while. And Hornsworth, you get the strong sensation that you need to make a turn in some direction. You're like, you feel like you've been going south, or what should be south, for a while. You haven't seen anything. I don't know.
We're on like a path, or are we just like kind of walking like through?
You're just kind of walking now. The path has stopped.
Ended. Okay. And I feel like we have to turn in a direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where's the sun at?
It's in the sky. You have no idea in which direction.
Okay.
You don't have a compass?
Okay. Uh-huh. I'm gonna look at my tongue and I'm gonna put it out, and I'm gonna look like I absolutely know what I'm doing, because I'm terrified, because I have no idea what's going on anymore. And I'm like, the sun is telling me to go that way, and I'm gonna turn left.
Okay.
As a sailor, would I be able to like help with
You were.
the
Oh yeah,
knowing
you were a sailor. I was
direction?
like, are you
Yeah,
a sailor?
Yeah, I was a sailor.
You were a sailor, this is true.
I-
However,
Ooh.
it is cloudy and you do not see any stars.
Thanks. Okay.
And I would say this advantage was you trying to help Hornsworth.
Yeah.
But things went
Oh,
horrible. How did
man.
Cynthia? How did things go horribly wrong as you tried to help Hornsworth?
How did things go bad? Hornsworth and I were basically just kind of like picking random directions, like, okay, wait, that one, and then we're just constantly pointing, like, wait, no, that one, and then no, that way's north. It's just constant confusion, just like I don't
Okay.
know. It's a mess.
Amazing.
Wonderful. All right. So today's travel puts you off course.
Oh man.
You come out of the forest. Now you're on an open field, and you're like, interesting. Well, probably around here somewhere, right? And you end your day at like a main road. You reach like a main road.
I don't like this.
This feels unsafe.
You said that we're in like is there? We're just in a flat area. Like there's
Yeah,
no.
this is a field now. Yes, a little bit of hills here and there, but it's pretty flat.
I mean, you said we
This
end our
isn't-
day. Is there any way we can camp at least up against a hill so we have a little bit of cover from one side, even if we're
Yeah, you can find a little bit of cover. Yes.
like, compared to just being unless y'all think we should just camp in the. Oh, I don't know. What I feel like
I
those
don't.
are bad.
I don't want to
Keep finding
camp
a
in an
little hill
open
will help.
field. Yeah.
on
Yeah.
not on top of the next to the hill, right? That'd be best.
Yeah.
On top of the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on top of the hill
Mhm.
we'd be in just as much of a target as if we were in the field. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like that. I think that is
So
what we will.
yeah, maybe we can do. if we can hide like, so the hill would like be between us and the road, I think that would be best.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And then, because at the forest, I feel like, you know, we just walked through there. There wasn't much going on.
That we knew of.
Yeah.
Sure.
Looks up at the sky.
A bird suddenly appears.
No! And Galena was never heard from again.
No.
Swooped away.
Bye, everyone.
that would be a terrible way to just yoink you out of the
And this is
game.
our way of announcing that I'm no. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That would be awful.
This
All
just
right.
makes me keep thinking about Critical Role right now. No spoilers, but
No
just some
spoilers.
bird action.
Birds did happen. Yes. So you spend the night. All goes fine. You get your comprehend languages back, Hornsworth.
Yeah.
The next morning, you are woken up by the sound of armored footsteps.
Can I put my
Coming towards you. You can.
Oh!
Oh,
I put my
no.
cloak
I mean,
up.
coming your direction from the road.
Okay.
Like, that's what I mean.
Okay,
Not like
okay.
directly your direction, but like coming towards you on the road.
I'm gonna put my cloak up, and I'm gonna see if I can like climb to the top of the hill and like hide.
Okay.
Lay down. Is there like
you-
grass, or is it like?
It's mostly just like small plants that can survive such dry and arid
Okay.
climate and dirt. A lot of dirt. So roll stealth with advantage. Wow.
Please.
Damn.
I don't know how I
Nine.
rolled that immediately with advantage. That's so weird.
I think
I
you
just
can like
clicked my
shift.
stealth thing.
I think it's like
I
shift
didn't
click
even-
or something.
I didn't even shift anything.
Well, I think doesn't your cloak give you the advantage?
Oh, so
Oh,
maybe if
no-
it was
oh, yeah.
if it was equipped. Oh, which it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that
so
makes
it
okay.
must
So it
just
was
be
just like an
automatic.
auto thing. I was like, I didn't
True.
touch anything. I didn't do anything. But yes, okay, that makes sense. Anyways. Oh,
right.
hey yo.
So you crawl up there, and you see a small troop of soldiers that are marching on the road, headed by a person in front, and then you count 8 other members behind them. And they're walking. They're going past the hill that you're on, and the dust tickles your nose, and you sneeze.
Yeah, achoo.
And the person in front raises their hand in a fist, stop, and then turns towards the side, and everyone else also turns, weapons drawn, towards you. And the person in front walks in front of all of the 8 people who are now turned towards you and has their weapon out, speaks in a language that you do not understand.
Ugh.
Could I cast comprehend languages again?
You can.
Okay, I'll do that. So it's in the.
There you go. How long does it last? 1 hour.
It's an
okay.
hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're good. Then you hear, "Who goes there?"
I'm going to cast. I'm gonna use my. Where is it? Sorry, hold on. Where
no
is
worries.
that? What is it? What is it called? Am I?
Awakened
Oh,
mind?
it's in my features. That's why. Yeah, awakened mind. I was like, what is it? It was in the wrong one. I'm gonna use my awakened mind to talk to the leader,
Mm.
and I'm going to say in. What do I know? Like what race the leader is? Like, can I tell like what?
Oh, you mean what what
Yeah,
they're-
like what? Are they like a human? Are they an orc? Are they a ghoul? Dark
Right.
ghoul?
Yeah, you can definitely tell from this distance. Let me see if I wrote that down. It's a mix of the person leading is a dark elf, drow, but then the others are a mix of there's a few drow, there's a hobgoblin there, there's half orcs, there's an orc. It's a mixture.
Okay, I'm gonna use Awakened Mind, and I'm gonna speak in Gnomish first, and I'm gonna say something like, I don't know, I'm gonna pull out like the sorry, hold on, wait. May the light be with you, is what I'm gonna say in Gnomish, and then in Common, I'm gonna go, I am Luxon.
Oh, I knew you were gonna do something like
But-
this.
The rest of you, of course, see this happen, but you don't hear the mind thing. You just hear.
Yeah, I'm just
Hornsworth.
responding as a player.
Yeah, yells. Roll a deception check, I guess, with disadvantage. I'm sorry.
17.
That's still a good roll for disadvantage.
It's a good roll. At first the commander looks confused as you speak first into its mind in a language it does not seemingly understand, and then you see it say, "Magic, prepare," and then all of the other soldiers get ready, and he also gets ready, and then you say the thing, and I assume you also like come out?
I was gonna. Do they see me?
No, no. I mean, or did you just stay there, or did you go did you slide lower to hide, or?
I was gonna slide a little bit lower, but
Yeah.
I would like to still be able to like see them, and I was gonna keep my cloak on. If I can't see
Then-
them, I'll just slide a little bit lower, and I'll have to. Oh, wait, hold on.
Then I would say that they do see you.
Okay, wait. Let me see. 'Cause this is gonna depend on whether or not I have to be. No, I have to be able to see them.
Mm.
Okay, now I'm reading this, and now I'm confused. So it says you don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances. So would would the gnomish thing even have?
Then it wouldn't work, no, because it's not like a language that you speak telepathically. It's just
Okay, then I would have. I
You-
guess. I don't know if you want to retcon on what I said, but I would have probably just said the same thing, but in common.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it just understands what you say.
Yeah. I'm gonna slide down a little bit more.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
you say the thing, and you also hear surround the hill, advance, and they can hear footsteps now moving.
Okay.
Hornsworth,
That's
what's
fine.
going on?
Fight time. Fight time.
Oh no.
I'm gonna cast. Do I have a reaction to me hearing the footsteps?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're not in combat or
Can't-
anything.
Okay. Can I cast silence with a 20-foot radius on where we're at?
Sure. It just means there's no sound that comes out of that area.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so Hornsworth casts a spell, and then all of a sudden, all sound disappears from all of your surrounding, and there's no sound, just silence.
There's that for.
All right, cool. That happens, and then you.
Galena's just like, Galena do not understand magic.
Yeah. It's,
do you move anywhere, Hornsworth?
I'll probably move down so I'm with everyone else.
We're still in the sphere, right?
Yeah, so I centered the sphere on like where everyone else was, and
Sure.
then so it's 20 feet out from that.
We can't cast our spells here.
You cannot.
the
That is
sphere.
correct. If they have
Yeah,
verbal
you can
components. If they don't have
Yeah.
verbal
Yeah.
components, you can cast them.
I think
I have
Galena's gonna
one
just like
that
kind of
doesn't.
gesture and just be like, and she's gonna start sprinting directly away from the hill.
Okay.
So
Leaving
with my
all
dash, that
your
would be
stuff.
60 feet. Oh, that's right. We just woke up, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, never mind. I forgot we had just woken up.
Tis the way of the thing. So now you see these part of these, so like 4 and 4, so these soldiers are going around, and then the commander's like coming up the hill and is now like on top of the hill, and then sees you all, and then the soldiers are kind of coming around the hill and then come in front of the hill to kind of form a front, and then points a sword towards your direction. Is like, Hornsworth, you can understand this. You there! What are you doing? Skulking about?
Can I use Awakened Mind?
Yes.
Wait, can
you
I?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Because it's not affected by the silence.
And I'm gonna point at I'm gonna point at the leader, and I'm gonna go, can you help us, please? We were just trying to camp out for the night, and a sorcerer came out of the woods, and we can't speak. My friends and I, we can't speak. I can only talk to you this way.
You know, that I actually kind of like that. That's great.
Kind of tracks.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. And then it looks again confused by you speaking directly into his mind, and he goes, "Who said that?"
It's the little one on the hill. We've lost our way from the road, and we finally figured we'd set camp, and then I don't even know, he was large, and he wore like this cloak, and I didn't get a good look at him, but a sorcerer came out of the woods and ambushed us and took one of our friends.
Crew, it seems that there is a magic user afoot. Check, and then it speaks to 2 of them. Check on these people, see that they are not harmed. The rest of you, search the perimeter for any signs of this sorcerer, and then the rest of them start going kind of in different directions, kind of looking for signs of someone who has been there. And then 2 of them come to you, one hobgoblin and the other an orc. They're big. They're very, very big, muscular. One a woman, other a man. And as they enter the area, they try to speak. No sound comes out, and they look confused and try to speak to each other. No sound coming out, and they're like very confused.
Oh my god. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go on for a little bit longer.
Okay. It lasts for 10
'Cause I
minutes,
think-
so you have some
Yeah,
time.
so I'm gonna let it go just a little bit more. And honestly, I'll probably just let it dissipate when it does.
Okay.
I don't know, how long has it been at this point?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Okay. Is the leader still like where he was?
Yeah, he's still out on top of the hill and kind of looking around, scanning for any signs.
Okay.
Doesn't
I'm
seem to be
gonna
as focused
use,
on you at the moment.
Awakened Mind again, and I'm gonna say, please, have you seen a small a dwarf, an older dwarven man. He was our friend, and he was taken with and did you see him on your travels at all? I'm crying at this point as well.
The rest of you see Hornsworth crying, but you don't hear any sound.
I just look at. I try to get like either Cynthia or Evelyn's, whoever wants to make eye contact with me, and I just go.
I'm like trying to explain what I think is happening, but there's no sound, so it's just like.
So I see
moving
Evelyn
my
shrug,
hands
and I
around and
see
stuff.
Cynthia, and I'm just like.
Good talk.
You just.
Uh-huh.
I feel like
We're
I'm
just
but-
at
shocked
the
to see
ready.
how
We're
well I
we're
can
not
explain it.
attacking, but we are at the ready.
The commander... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. You can. I'll wait and see what the commander says first, and then I'll.
Yeah, so the commander turns towards you again, startled again. As, how do you keep doing that? Anyway, we haven't seen any dwarven person here, no.
And I just cry more, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna turn, or I'm gonna like look at. I think, how much time is left on silence? Do
A
you
couple of
think?
minutes.
Okay, if I can, I'm gonna look at all three of them, and I'm just gonna be like, when the silence is gone, act like we lost our dwarven friend, and that there was a sorcerer that ambushed us in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Start crying. And I'm just gonna lay down.
So...
I'm gonna
The-
kneel down and just kind of like pat
So,
Hornsworth on the head.
while this has been happening, the other two are kind of like... The two soldiers are kind of checking on you to see, like, are you okay? To kind of trying to see, like, are you hurt in some way? But they're having a hard time because they can't communicate with you. But they try. At this point, a little bit before the silence ends, one of the soldiers runs back to the commander and says something to the commander, but you can't hear it from where you're at. And then the silence drops, and now you can hear sound. Now the sounds are coming out again.
Oh my god.
I can hear.
Oh,
There's
Selena, they took our dwarf friend.
And then, like,
I start crying too.
you hear the orc say to the hobgoblin, like, you speak common, right? What are they saying? And then
I miss Hornsworth.
there's something about a dwarf being taken by a magic man. No, not magic man. A witch. No.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Yeah. They're speaking in Undercommon, so that they're and then okay. Hey, and then he like turns towards you. Are you hurt? Did the sorcerer hurt you?
Only mentally.
I don't have ointment
I'm
for
okay.
that.
That's okay. Thank you though.
Oh, actually, he didn't understand what you said. I retconned that. He's like, what's he saying? He's fine. He's fine.
Thank you.
And then like they go to each of you to ask if you're okay, but the rest of you can't understand them because they're except the hobgoblin then switches to common, but it speaks broken common, but pretty all right. But yeah, then at this point the captain is like, you understand this, Hornsworth. It seems we have some tracks that we can follow due northeast of here. Gather. And then he asks, like, are these people hurt? And then they go, no, they're fine. And then the captain goes, comes towards you and then looks you all over. He has a very piercing gaze. Stay safe, and we will catch this sorcerer you speak of. We have some tracks to follow. Stay on the road. Do not go off it. Safe travels. Light be with you.
Light and with
And
you as
also with you.
well. Light be with you.
We wouldn't have understood
Oh,
any of this, though, right?
I am sorry
No.
I didn't. Where are you from? You are not from here. You not speak Undercommon.
No.
Why? And he starts to be like, he's wondering now.
I didn't want to bring this up, but me and my compatriots were not very smart. We didn't do very well in school. And so we never really learned Undercommon. Our dwarf friend that they took was the one that was really good with Undercommon and definitely knew way more than we did. And I'm just gonna start crying.
It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, I did not mean to insult. But please, be careful, and we will catch this sorcerer. Light be with you. And then this troop leaves in the northeastern direction, going after some tracks that they apparently found.
Done it again. You talked us out.
As soon as they leave, I'm just gonna collapse on the ground and just be like, oh my god.
I cannot believe.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Hornsworth, what did you do?
They heard me sneeze.
But why did they
Oh.
leave? What was it about the dwarf and the sorcerer? Like what? Because again,
It's
we
'cause
heard
I
like
cried.
5% of what
Exactly.
went on.
Okay. Well, we could, if we want to keep on our journey, I could tell you on the way, but I don't want to
Talk
be
and
here
walk.
anymore. I don't want them to find out that I lied to them, and then they're gonna come back and like murder me or something.
Won't it be
So we should
kind
leave.
of awkward? Well,
We should just leave.
okay, yeah, we should leave.
Right.
We should leave.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay. They said that they were going northeast, right? So if we need
Yeah.
to
We could
go,
go
You're
we need
going
to go
south.
south-ish or
Mhm.
southwest. So maybe we should just go the opposite direction of them,
Mhm.
and maybe we'll actually hit where we're supposed to go. Cause
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
Sure.
You know, this does pose a good question, though. Did we ever decide on what our cover story was?
no.
Okay, cool. Just
Uh,
making sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think that we
Sweet.
kind of just hoped that we wouldn't run into someone, or we were gonna just we were gonna stealth. I think that was kind of the understanding, but we didn't really
Awesome.
properly figure it
We
out.
lost a dwarf
Sweet.
friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. And we're apparently not intelligent. We can
I can
play
do that
We
easily.
can play that.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I don't know. I panicked.
No, I mean it works out though. I mean, because that explains why we can't communicate.
Our dwarf friend was the intelligent one.
He was our interpreter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But what are we? Why are we here? How do we not know what are we? Oh, man. I have a lot of questions, but. Oh, we did it! We did it!
You did it. You did it, Hornsworth.
No, we did it as
had no
it was.
idea.
Literally
all
you,
Oh my
because
God.
we were just.
We were
sorry.
confused.
I got us into the situation. I didn't know
No,
what to do.
no, it's fine. I mean.
No, we're alive, so it worked.
Yeah, we are alive. That is very
We
important.
didn't have to fight nine of them.
Yeah, we don't know who those people were or what they were doing or what they're about, but we made it, so that's all.
So I guess we'll just take off in the opposite direction that they
Mhm.
did, in
Sure.
in a
Yeah.
hope that it will be south or southwest-ish.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I'll
Onward.
I'll explain everything that happened on the way. I'll be like, I'll fill them in.
To
And
which
you
we all
do.
just, I'll at least just be like, Hornsworth, really? Really?
I don't know. I panicked.
Dude, really? The best reaction. Dude, really?
I just pat him on the head. We're alive. We're alive.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't take watch anymore. I'm not good at this.
I'll give him a piggyback ride as we walk to cheer him
Aw,
up.
No.
that's really sweet.
Thank you.
This day of travel and the night of it goes by without a problem.
That's
nothing
nice.
nothing of note happens otherwise. The next day, about halfway through your travel, you spot an opening with a small hut and some sort of pen behind it with animals.
It's just a single
Okay.
hut.
Interesting.
And what kind of animals?
You would have to go closer to check.
I don't want to do that. Are they about the same shape as what that big bird was carrying?
Something along those lines. You could always stealth.
That went well.
Is it
first
the
time
same
did
day as the hill?
No,
No, it's a different day.
Different day?
different day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hood up.
One
I'm
minute
gonna-
we're talking to Hornsworth, next minute we're like, oh, and there he goes.
No, basically, like, I feel like we're just gonna be in the back, just like, you're doing great, honey. Keep it up. When are we gonna have to get him out of next now? Like,
I'm gonna stealth my way. I just want to see what kind of animals they are and see if I can like see anything in the hut, any movement.
get the band-aids ready. Okay.
It's a good one. You feel confident in your stealth.
Better than before.
Mm-hmm. Let me get my note.
So wait, what day of travel? This is day 2, right? Or day 3?
3.
Okay. Yeah, day 2
Um,
was.
So yeah, there's this small cottage that seems to be built out of leathers and furs, a lot of it. And you noticed as you were sneaking closer, you see the door, and the symbol of the Luxon is carved into the door. And you get looking in the pen, and inside you see these big creatures that are kind of feline looking but bigger. They kind of have this panther-like look to them, but big, and they're dark fur. They have these big tusks that come out from the sides of their cheeks, and they have big bulbous eyes on the sides. There's smaller ones there, there's bigger ones there. Some of them are just kind of chilling, some of them are, the small ones are playing. Yeah, seems to be a pen of these creatures that you have never seen before.
Are there any like windows into the cottage, or is it just like a?
Oh yeah, there are. Yep.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay. As you're leaving, you hear like the back door opens, and then a hobgoblin man comes out and yells something. You don't recognize the language.
Can we hear it from where we are?
Yeah, I'd say you can hear it from where you are. Also, you don't, unless you speak goblin.
I do speak
No.
I
Goblin,
speak
actually.
Goblin.
Oh, you do.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
like,
do,
I was gonna
'cause
ask if it was the language, if it was Undercommon or if it was Goblin. If it's Goblin,
It is
then
goblin. Yes.
me and Evelyn understand it.
So you hear. You hear. Come around, y'all! Dinner time!
yeah.
And then
I
you
just like
see-
whisper. I just whispered to Evelyn, "Oh, he's a farmer."
and then you see
Uh-huh.
the creatures like perk up, and they run to the front of the pen, and this person starts throwing like pieces of meat into the pen. Now, leave some for small ones first. And then you hear from inside the hut. Hold on. You hear from inside the hut. Aquanog! Did you feed the Marbanders? And then the man, yeah, I'm just feeding them. What? You're doing what? I'm feeding the Moorbounders. Oh, all right. Remember to give them water, too. Yeah, I will. Love you. Love you, too, honey.
my god. I love how everyone in the Kryn dynasty is there. It's fun. Okay.
Do you think Hornsworth is gonna come back soon?
And
I
Hornsworth
don't know.
appears.
Oh yeah, I'm there. Hey, what's up?
Oh, did you have fun?
I got some creatures over there.
Yes, moorbounders is what they were saying they were.
How do you know? Oh.
We did hear that.
We speak Goblin.
Yeah.
We were talking, and I'm gonna say that I was like translating to Cynthia the whole time, so all three of us like knew exactly what they were talking about.
I'm just like, they got some creatures over there.
Yeah,
Yonder.
moorbounders.
They got some creatures over yonder.
They look cute from what we can see. Did you have fun? Did you have fun looking at the animals?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what they were. We could go. I'm sorry, we should have taken a break, but I was curious.
It's okay. They sounded nice, actually. They were very cute, saying how much they loved each other.
They sounded
They
like
had
regular people.
they
living
had
their
the
lives.
carving of like Luxon on the door, so I'm
Oh.
wondering. Do you think we could like learn about Luxon from them? Do they seem nice enough that they would like talk to us? Do you think?
They seemed very nice. I mean, they seemed nice, but it's also maybe they might be suspicious of random people coming in not
Well, if
knowing the
we-
major deity of the country that
Well,
we're
we
in.
could talk about how maybe we weren't the brightest in school, and then people start questioning us about it. And I just wanted to be smart. I don't know. Maybe they would relate or like want us to.
Mm.
They'd help us if we're just. I don't know.
They look like pretty, as the religious people would say, God-fearing people, and I just feel like
Yeah, they might look at us and think that we're like demons or like something
yeah.
for not knowing.
they literally have.
I could
no
go up to
name.
the pen and I could act like a child again. I've done that before. I could do it again.
Hornsworth, like I just like grab him by the arm and just start dragging him away from.
Okay. No, that's fair.
It was a good idea, and I'm glad you saw the animals. I'm like talking to you like a child. Did you have fun?
I had fun. I don't know. I thought maybe they could teach us stuff because no one knows anything about this. None of us know anything about the Fluxon God, and I just feel like if we're gonna get questioned again by soldiers, I would like to have a little bit more knowledge in my knowledge bank.
I
It
think
is
you're.
true.
Yeah, you're valid in those thoughts, Hornsworth. I'm
You're
not
so-
gonna
Oh
say
my
you're
God.
wrong. But I will say that maybe these people that are just minding their own business, just doing their own thing, are not the right
But
people.
maybe
to
they're gonna be
ask.
kinder and they won't try and murder us.
I don't
like
know.
the
I
soldiers.
feel like they might also turn us into. I feel like
I
they.
mean, there's only
are-
2 of them.
Okay, look. Cynthia,
But those
what do
beasts,
you think, Cynthia? Because clearly we have Hornsworth really thinks we should. Me and Evelyn don't. Like, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but like you
I
have
don't
an
wanna-
equal say, and I want to see like if it's a 2-on-2 type situation, then we could talk about it more. But like if the
If
majority
it's just
doesn't
me, we
want
can
to,
leave.
like,
Yeah, it's fine.
like what do you think? Because like we said, Hornsworth is very valid
Yeah.
in his thoughts, but it's just I'm scared. I'm very scared. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
I know.
Okay. Who?
We do speak Goblin. There is that. I mean, we have that to make them like
Yeah.
us.
We could always try charming one of them, and then
Oh.
we leave. We leave right
I
out
forgot.
before it ends. Yeah.
That's actually a good
Aw.
point. I forgot that was an
we
option.
could charm one of them, make a friendly neighbors with these.
Yeah,
with
I mean,
these-
I could disguise myself as like. Never mind. I was gonna say a little hobgoblin child, but I don't
learn
know
a little
goblin.
about them.
No,
So-
you don't.
And then
That
by the
wouldn't-
time we're gone, they'll realize what happened, but they will be gone, and we just make sure we don't give them any of our information.
They could
Or
look at
we
us
make
and
up
know our information. We're
Yeah,
pretty
the-
easy. Okay, we could leave if we want. I'm fine with that.
I-
How long have we been traveling today? Like, are we like close to?
So like
Actually,
halfway.
Oh, okay, so we could probably go farther.
yeah, because I was gonna say if it's nighttime, I'd be like, okay, maybe we should, because then we could use the we need shelter thing. But if it's like midday,
It's midday.
No,
I'd say.
it's broad daylight.
yeah.
We could go under the guise of asking for water.
Oh,
Oh, hotter?
boy.
Yeah, for our water skin, like I don't know, we have to. I'm assuming we have to figure out how to give ourselves water throughout. We have like rations for days, but I'm assuming we don't have like water skins for days.
You know what I do have? A water skin full of wine.
Yeah, you do.
It's been
Priorities.
in my bag since our very first adventure with the goblins
Oh my
and
god,
the
yes.
rats.
The rats.
I've been saving it for a for a special occasion.
It's a good vintage.
No, literally, you literally told me filled with the good wine.
Oh yeah, it was the
So-
good one. Yeah, true. It was the good one.
The good one.
It's good shit.
Mhm.
We can move on. I'm spitballing here, trying to make us. I realize we are not very prepared for this journey in knowledge.
I mean, but there wasn't much to prepare with. Like we asked,
That's
as
fair.
we exhausted most of our resources trying to get information, and
you're right.
nobody knows anything about this place. So
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, and it's
I
hard.
don't like
to-
not knowing things.
No, you're valid. I would like to know more too, but
We can ask different people, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
now that Cynthia brought up the idea of charming, like thinking that we now knowing that we have a backup plan to kind of, you know, to fall on if they do turn nasty, like now it's making me lean more towards maybe wanting to try it and just
We
I
could
don't
just
know.
start with them charmed.
That feels so dangerous.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's always a chance it could go. And right now we're doing pretty fine. And you know, I don't know. I think
We could play rock, paper, rock, parchment, shears. Whether we go or not, if you're I'm not sure.
We could flip a gold. We could flip a gold piece.
I love flipping gold.
Yeah.
I have my like little rock that I use to make my decisions sometimes, but
Yes.
nobody knows the difference between the sides but me, and that's because there is no difference. I just choose whatever I want.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I take out like not a gold. I take out like a copper piece. I'm gonna and we'll flip it. If y'all are okay with that, because I am completely conflicted here.
oh, I'm conflicted.
Leave it up to fate. We are the fated ones. So
I'm gonna roll-
let
I'll-
fate
See what's
decide.
fated.
So I'll roll a d6. If it's even, we go. If it's odd, we don't.
Cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does that sound good? Okay.
Yeah.
D6. Here we go. Roll. It's a 6. We're going.
We're going.
Well,
Okay,
it's like
okay.
heads or whatever. Like, okay, I guess we're gonna do it.
Shall we come up with like a little cover story? If
I
you
mean,
speak Goblin, you can do a lot of
honestly,
talking.
Yeah,
Should I
we should just go with the story that you already made. We may as well stay consistent.
Yeah.
Why do we know Goblin though? Like we have to explain that because that's not very common for. As I look at Evelyn, like half elf you, halfling me. Why do we
Why
know?
do we?
I
know
could
that?
try and make you look like a hobgoblin a little bit. I have a disguise kit.
You could make me look like a little goblin. Look at me, I'm short enough. If you make me look like a normal goblin,
I could try. I could, yeah, maybe. Should I
Mhm.
try? Should we try? I'm proficient in it. We could.
You could
Well,
certainly
no,
try.
because then if it doesn't work, then they're gonna be so confused. They're gonna be
Well,
like
if it-
really
Yeah.
skeptical. I feel like maybe you were raised by hobgoblins. You were adopted by hobgoblins and you were raised by them. And so that was your home. That was what you spoke at home.
Can I roll to see if I know enough about goblins and hobgoblin culture? Because if I don't know things, they might
Oh,
like.
true.
That would be history.
I will roll it because, like, genuinely, I don't think
That's
Galena
fair.
would know. That's a 6. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's there's no way.
Okay. So
you
you're
know
not,
you know
weren't raised
about
by
the
hobgoblins.
goblins in the Dwendalian Empire because there's goblins
Yeah.
there as well, and you've learned because of like as a defense thing, but you don't.
Yeah, I
know
was
about
more
them
rolling to see
here.
like if I knew their like cultural, if there were any specific cultural things that I'd be able to use to my advantage.
You have no
but,
idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we could just be like a little group of orphans. I don't know. Maybe we're all orphans.
Yeah, I feel like we should just go in as honestly as possible with the story
Yeah.
you already came up with us. And
Yeah,
we could just
aren't
say
the smartest.
that we know Goblin because of the many kind goblins and hobgoblins like them that we've come across that have
True.
helped try to educate us even though we're not very smart. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could try to be like that. Evelyn,
We're
what-
trying. Where are we
Cynthia,
heading?
What do you
Wait,
think?
Oh.
Evelyn has no idea what to think. She thinks this is a bad idea at this point.
I was thinking because like okay, so like where are we trying to like go? Like why are we traveling as these not maybe we since we're not
that's a
very
good
smart,
point.
maybe we're coming from like one of the bigger cities and we're trying to just find honest work for because
Yeah,
we're
the
not
more we're talking, I
Yeah,
am now leaning
the
back towards this
worst
being a bad
this is
idea.
getting.
Yeah, because like the more we're talking about
they
this,
said
the more
yes.
I'm realizing we don't have a plan, and there's so many questions we don't have answers to. I'm gonna just like look at that copper piece that I flipped, and I'm just like, never mind. I want to go now.
Yeah, I think we should go. Let's go.
I am like this copper
go.
piece. I
think we
have two
overthink
sides.
with it. I think
Yeah.
if we were gonna go, we should just jump in. If not, we should just go.
Overthinking.
Welcome to
No.
Dungeons and Dragons, everyone.
I mean what if we just went? What if we went? I don't know.
So, are you going?
Okay,
Or are you
Hornsworth,
leaving?
You and me go. Kalina,
You
Evelyn.
guys don't even
Neither
No,
one
no,
of us is goblin.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think Alina would have the best chance if we were to go, but
Oh.
I just feel like it would be weird for
You
Evelyn to
rolled
just
and it
walk
said
up.
yes, so I say we follow
Okay,
through.
okay,
But
okay, yeah. Compromise.
Yes.
Evelyn makes a point. Maybe I might be able to pull this off because I am small and unthreatening, and it makes sense that maybe goblins would take me in, as opposed to Evelyn.
do you
No
want me
offense.
to come with you?
I was gonna say maybe I should either go alone or go with one of you, and the other two can be at the ready.
Yes.
And also that way they don't feel threatened
Well
by.
then yeah, because I could talk to our friends. I could talk to them and we could be like, all of our friends are like we could because I feel like us
Right.
not disclosing that we have other people with us would be weird and be seen like kind of weird. But we could be like, all our friends. I think we should just go under the guise of being like we wanted to look at your animals because they were really cool. We were traveling on the road and we wanted to see your animals. I don't know.
yeah.
What do you
mean,
think?
Yeah, I
Galena?
just
Or we can leave. We can just leave. This is getting complicated, but
It really is.
I
I
just think that we should just go and just be like, we just want to look at your like your little animals that you got here. I listen. I'm a city boy. I haven't seen animals like this before.
Okay, if we're gonna go, which you flip the coin, so I feel like the fates have decided at this point. So Galena and Hornsworth go, and we'll stay back because me and Cynthia are very squishy anyway. So if something
Yeah.
were to happen, we're probably better distance wise. But yeah, do that because a large group of us feels jarring. They don't seem to have a lot of neighbors. We not
That's what
see
I'm
a lot
saying.
of people on a constant basis. So I just feel like it'd be weird for just a bunch of random people to just be at their tiny little hut, just like, hey, we're looking at your
Okay.
animals. But two of you, small, I think it'd be fine. Hornsworth can talk to mines, so if we need,
I can communicate if we need help. I would sound good, Galena. Does it sound great?
It sounds like a terrible idea, but also it sounds fun. So
Okay,
sure.
I'm
Cynthia,
I'm
are you on
gonna-
board with this?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you actually? Because I'm not sure still, but we're gonna do it
Go
anyway.
with it.
All right.
No, I'm excited to see this.
Okay. Can I jump up and down a little bit? And I'm gonna go, Galena, look at the animals over there. And Galena, I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna like skip my way over to the pen of animals.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna follow, just like.
And I'm
Like,
the whole
this
way that I'm there, I'm gonna
energy.
be like, Galena, look at the animals, Galena. I've never seen these kinds of animals before. Do you see them? Do you see them?
And then out like once this happens, like the door swings open and then the man comes running out with like a big club and then is yelling in goblin.
What does he say?
He's a we don't want no trouble around in these parts.
Hornsworth looks like you're putting your hands up. I put my hands up too, and I respond in Goblin. Hello. We do not mean any trouble. My friend here just got very excited to see your what were they called again? More bounders. He's never seen them before, and he just got really excited. I'm sorry. Hello.
So-
we mean no
so-
harm. Again, hands up.
Yeah. So as you look at him, he's also a little bit spooked. Like he kind of looks both of you down. Then he kind of he calms down a little bit, but he's still keeping the club like a little bit high so that he could strike if necessary. Like, all right then. But you speak goblin, but your friend don't. He seems to speak the Dwendalian language.
Oh, that's good to know.
Hmm.
Yes. Oh, that's really good to know. That's actually really great information. My hands are up. Like, yes. I've picked up Goblin on my travels. I've also I have friends who are Goblin. I, I, I
Roll a deception check for me.
Oh.
It's 7. Even if I had done well, it would have just been like.
He's like, right. So, y'all are like mercenaries or something. Hired swords. You got that big sword on your back.
We do have to do what we can to survive. We are not the most educated. We're not the smartest, but hence we are just doing honest work where we can, when we can. Also, hence his very massive excitement with the animals.
So you just want to see the moorbounders is all. You don't want.
No, we don't need any trouble. Oh, for full transparency, we have friends. There are 2 friends back there. You can see them in the distance. We didn't want to scare you, so we wanted to make sure that we didn't approach you, all 4 of us at once. But yeah, we just wanted to see the moorbounders and
Well,
maybe have a chat if you would like. But if not, we would just love to see your beautiful animals because they are gorgeous.
all right then. He like puts the club down, kind of puts his hand on it, like on the ground. You did tell me the truth about your friends over there, but I don't understand why you're lying about knowing goblins. That's clearly not why you know the language. You speak a different dialect. You're using weird words. It's all clunky.
I was just trying to sound not threatening. Honestly, I with the club up, I just wanted to try to relate to you, but I have just picked it up on my travels, hence how clunky it is. That's part is true.
He takes out like a napkin and wipes the sweat off his brows. Y'all are weird folk. I'll tell you what. Y'all are weird folk. All right,
We've
then.
been told that again. My hands are still up. Yeah, we've been told that a lot. Again,
all right,
we
then you
don't tend to fit in anywhere.
He looks the 2 of you over. What's wrong with your friend's eye? Some kind of demon? Possessed by some devil?
You know, quite honestly, I'm not sure. He's had it as long as I have known him, but he has never caused any trouble as a result of the eye, at least.
I'm just gonna be like picking my nose.
Again,
I don't.
I told you we were all simple folk, but he is the simplest. Perhaps it is a curse to his intelligence. I do not know.
I'm like scratching my
and
ass
truly,
a little
Galena
bit.
doesn't know. But so it has never caused any trouble. But he, he is friend.
Rather your friend not touch the moorbounders. I don't want his curse to rub off.
Okay, that is valid. I am going to speak
You can watch
the common
from
language so I
yonder.
can tell him.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
I'll translate to Hornsworth. I will tell him pretty much everything, including the fact that
Hornsworth is
this guy
understanding
thinks he's-
everything.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you had the comprehend language on.
Oh, I thought I didn't turn that on because y'all spoke Goblin.
Oh, I mean, did you or didn't you? If not, regardless, you'll understand. It's just a matter of why.
I'll guess I would have kept it on, especially if we were gonna go up, and I feel like it'd be good if I was in the know of like what he was saying, but I'm not gonna respond to anything. I'm just picking my nose, scratching my ass a little bit, you know. I'm like,
I am still gonna just say something to you to make it look like I'm translating, so it doesn't like it's just be like, please don't touch the animals. You can hear him. He doesn't want you to.
I can't touch the animals. I'm like a little deflated, but.
Hornsworth, you heard him. It's for the best.
Can you ask him if I can go up to the fence? I won't. I promise my curse won't rub off on them. I promise.
I talk back to the goblin. He is asking permission to approach the fence so we can look at them closer. He promises he will not touch them.
All right. It's fine. Go for it.
And so I kind of just like nod at Hornsworth. Do you like
you-
run off?
I'm just gonna go up to the fence and just like.
Mhm. So you can see
So
the
I'm gonna,
more.
I'm gonna. Huh?
Yeah, so you can
Okay.
see the Moorbonders are now having their post lunch zoomies as they're running around and playing and then going up. Like some of them, they're very big. Like some the adults are like big, could be ridden by a couple of people. They're big. The cubs are smaller, but they're running and playing around now, and they're having their zoomies.
That's adorable.
I love it.
So with Hornsworth approaching like that, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna stand back with the goblin and kind of talk to him, kind of like when the parents are standing back while the kids are playing, and just kind of like be like, he's a simple guy, but he's very sweet.
He hope he gets that curse uncursed. Ain't no way living with a curse like that. Poor thing.
Yes, if it is a curse, it's certainly, especially
like-
if it is the reason he is.
Well, my grandmother, she used to be an expert on curses, I'll tell you what, and she would say that is right, definitely a curse. May the light guide her soul.
Yes, may the light guide her soul, and may the light help little Hornsworth. I've heard, again, being simple folk, we know the bases of when it comes to the Luxem. You always lurking to learn more, to be able to help heal this one over here.
Is that why you're here? You're looking to cure your friend?
I mean, we weren't super aware of, we weren't super aware of it being a curse, but now that you bring it up, it makes the most sense, and we're always looking for help to learn more. As like I said, as simple folk, we're always looking to learn more, and now that we're talking about the curses, it seems to make sense. Do you happen to know if there are any, ways with the Luxem to be able to help with something like that?
Well, that's quite frankly, that is way beyond my knowledge. I'm just a simple moorbounder farmer with my family over here. We live a simple life, providing some moorbounders to the the dynasty. But probably if you go to one of them big cities, there's probably some mighty smart folk there who could help with a curse.
Also, do you mind if I call my friends over now? Like, is that okay?
Of course. And yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I gesture for Evelyn and for Cynthia to come. That way, Evelyn can also get in on this conversation.
What's your name, small one? I'm Akvanog.
My name is Galena.
Pleasure to meet you, Galena.
Pleasure to meet you, Aquanog. And then as Cynthia and Evelyn approach, and this is Cynthia and Evelyn. Evelyn also speaks Goblin. I've taught her a little bit, so she is able to speak as well.
So, because you say like a little bit, she's like, how are you doing? It is a pleasure to meet you.
And before Evelyn responds, I'm just like, yes, because this is good practice for your new language, Evelyn. So I'm just like giving you a look.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
She's
Nice
mighty shy, that
to
one.
meet you too.
Very good. Very good. You are speaking very well.
Oh my god. Thanks. Okay.
But
Actually,
she's
Aquanog,
quite
you
the
know what-
warrior. I mean, look at her armor, and she got a shield and a sword, and whew.
Again, we are simple folk, but we get by as we can with our strength. And I
Yeah.
pat my sword. It would be wonderful to help teach Evelyn a bit more Goblin with a natural speaker as yourself. Perhaps you could tell us. Perhaps you could just talk about the Luxem and something familiar to her. Like something that it could be good to help. Make associations with the words.
Yeah, sure, I guess I could do that. And then he takes like a wood carved symbol of the Luxon out of his pocket. This is the Luxon. It has light inside it. Souls go in. Then they are reborn. Live forever. Light, pretty light. I think she's learning.
Yes, most certainly. And you are much more well spoken than I am when it comes to this topic in particular. So it is
Aye.
wonderful.
What else can I teach her? Simple language. Come on, think, Akvanog, think. The light
Spell his
is
name.
good. Makes people good. Happy. Brings us together. Together.
Oh. Light?
Yeah,
Equals
light.
Good?
Yes. And then
Thank
you hear from inside, honey, who are you talking to? Don't worry, honey, some weird traveling folk. Okay, be careful. Yeah, I will. Love you, honey. Sorry, as the wife, just she's worrying.
Valid.
How do you
Thank-
spell his name? Could I?
Yeah, actually,
I'll
I'm
write
having
it. I'll
trouble.
write it in the Discord.
That would be so lovely because I've.
How did you
lost.
spell it? I spelled it as OCKVANAG.
Not even close. I went with an AQ.
Oh, no, that'd be cool though. An AQ? Akvanag.
It's
I would not have spelled it like that. Oh, my goodness.
Man. Oh man.
Yeah,
that
For
was
the
Good
viewers at
bad.
home, it is
Akvanag.
spelled Akvanag. OKVENUG.
yeah, Aquanog.
Let us know if you spelled it correctly, because I certainly didn't.
I did not. If you
Do-
could believe that.
I love that people like spelling fantasy character names based only off what you hear is always like, this could
How
be
did that one
anything.
go?
Well, this has been the lovely seeing you, meeting you, and then, but I do need to get back to tending to my animals and taking care of the farm, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course. Thank you for your kindness. I will keep our friend away from touching your animals. And just over the table, would I would know would Galena know that they use different currency in
Yeah.
this empire? They do, right? I would know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like
Okay.
the currency is like the same, like they use gold and silver and whatnot, but the minting is different.
That's what I meant. Yeah, the
Yeah.
because
So the minting would be
I
different.
want to like give him something.
And
I
you-
want to give him something.
You could probably get in trouble if you try to use Dwendalian minted money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, Vondu, I don't know if you remember, but when
Mhm.
we faced those goblins on the road and we found the picture of the Archduke, didn't some of the money that they had, wasn't some of it from the Kryn dynasty?
I think so, yeah, because they were the cultists, so they would have had Kryn dynasty money, yeah.
So I would I want to like pull out, like a silver Kryn dynasty money just to be like
Sure.
just to thank him. And so like I'll dig through my pouch before Akvanog, before you go. I just want to hear, just for the trouble, I know that we caused
you
some
don't
stress
need to.
and
You don't need to. It's well, all right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
appreciate you as well. Again, I know that our little group is strange and we do tend to get run off and we look odd. So we appreciate your kindness. We appreciate the learning experience. And yeah.
I just saw Evelyn. You do this.
I know, it's great. All right, let you get back to your chores.
This was a wonderful little encounter. I'll definitely be thinking about this one and be talking over on the dinner table tonight with the missus and the kids about it. Well, y'all have a good travel. Stay safe. It's a dangerous world we live in, and light be with you, all right?
And with you. Goodbye, Akvanog.
And then he like slings the club over his shoulder and walks back inside and closes the door.
That could have gone worse.
Oh God. Yeah,
I just
way
wanted
worse.
to talk to him more. That was very. I like him.
Yeah,
He's
he's
friend.
very nice.
He's friend.
This is
Yeah.
why Hornsworth usually does the talking, honestly. Like,
It was great. No, you did so good. I'm
Yeah.
so
and
proud of
I'm sorry that I made it so you couldn't talk very much, but I was just trying to get I couldn't get him to talk about the Luxem.
No, it was great. It was
Uh,
fine. And not often I
Friend.
don't say a lot of words, so this was a good experience for me, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, we got some information.
We know souls go in, are reborn, live forever, pretty light.
I mean,
I mean, I feel like that's the basis of most religions, so we're
Now
at a
we know
good
it also
starting
applies to
point.
this one.
Yeah.
honestly, I think the best piece of information we got is we shouldn't speak common.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, the fact that it's the Dwendalian like tongue.
Yeah, so like
Mm.
that's so.
I wonder
so,
if me speaking Gnomish would be bad. That would be
I will
something I
start
think.
speaking the celestial tongue. Because
Isn't
that's all I have.
wouldn't that be worse? Because isn't this the old
Feels
Aasimar
so
kingdom?
Yeah.
That's all I have left.
Hmm.
That's my two
Well, okay, okay.
options.
I feel like tonight, while we're like setting up camp, wherever we
Mhm.
set up, we should talk about like our like. We should talk about our story. We should like get down, like at least a bare bones, like why we know common. I wonder, do you think we could be like, oh, we were
Um,
kidnapped?
Our families were defected.
So we can skip to that
Actually-
now, from here. We can skip to
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
in
let's just say
evening and you're talking about your story, getting your story straight, as it were.
You know,
Yeah.
honestly, that kidnap story might work really well because that would also explain why we know so little about the Empire.
Yeah, maybe we can say that we are. Yeah, I think that we could just be like we were kidnapped when we were younger. Is that like a common thing that happens?
You've heard
Is
of it,
that
I'd say, especially now that, war is pretty close. Like, the relations are like, kidnapping can occur, yes. And
Okay.
probably there's like stories
Yeah.
to scare children of like the
I
drow
feel like
coming
that
and
wouldn't-
kidnapping you.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't really explain why we don't know Undercommon, though.
Well, if we were kidnapped by the Empire, is what I was saying. Because that would be why we would know that tongue and not the the Kryn dynasty, like the undercommon stuff.
But then why were we kidnapped by the Empire?
I don't know. Why would we know that? We were kidnapped. I don't know.
I just,
You know, this is-
I mean, there's not always.
I
a
don't think we need to
reason.
go into like the
Not
details
always
of.
a
I
reason.
feel like it needs to just be like the cover story of like this is why we
This
don't
is-
know things.
This
and
right
maybe-
here is why I never play characters that lie, because I can't lie very well.
I think we'll be fine. I can
Oh,
I can do
no.
some of the talking. Okay, listen, we were kidnapped, and so that's why we were not very learned. We didn't learn a lot. We didn't know a lot of things. And we escaped and became mercenaries, and are still working on trying to, we're still working on our knowledge of the Kryn dynasty. We just aren't really sure. But we're here to help Luxem in any way possible. And the Bright Queen. Long live the Bright Queen, am I right?
Yeah.
You are so right.
That's all I got. I don't know. I feel like we just need like a basis of story of being like, why don't we know this? And then like if we need details, then like I could come up with some details on the fly. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's a good base.
And we've
like-
Yeah.
absolutely lost a dwarf friend still. We should keep telling that story to people and saying that
Yes.
there's like a scary sorcerer. Maybe the sorcerer is one that kidnapped us. I don't know.
Okay, so important broad strokes. We were kidnapped when we were young. We
Mhm.
don't know why because we were young. That is why we know Dwendalian versus.
We're traumatized.
Undercommon.
If they start asking too many
Trauma,
questions, just start
yes.
crying.
Yeah,
we
and
are
we're trying to get back to our roots. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we're on.
we had a dwarven friend who brought us back to the Empire and was helping us reacclimate but they were
Yes.
lost and we're looking for them and we're very confused because we do not know our culture.
We don't know anything, and our friend is gone, and there's a scary sorcerer in the woods.
But
very
may the
kind
light
general.
be with you, right?
May the light
Yes.
let
Yes.
Let the
light be with you and you as
Yeah,
well.
yes.
We have to really find out what the sentiment for that is of being like, what do we say back? But no, this is great. I think this is perfect.
What have we spent the last hour doing? Like
Talking to a farmer and looking at animals.
I'd say about half an hour of that was planning how to talk to the farmer. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that long.
Hey, but it
Welcome
worked,
to
and we didn't
D&D, everyone.
die. We didn't die. That's
No,
what
you
matters.
didn't. Not at all. So is
And we
that is
made a
that?
friend. Potential.
Can we consider that the end of this scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. So you set off to travel the next day, and get to around noon when you see a hill, and atop this hill you can see what seem to be the ruins of a once castle, it would seem. And putting two and two together, this seems to be the ruins of Urzin. And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Not us getting our story down and then arriving where we need to go.
Well, there's the
No,
other
this is
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
This is great.
So,
no,
yeah.
this is perfect. This is
We're going to pick up from getting to the ruins of Urzin next time, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It was fun. What a great session.
that was a good one. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did so good. Hey, we didn't die.
You did not die. No.
We didn't die. I kissed myself. And you know what? I think that is the
That
highlight.
did happen.
I kissed
The
myself.
highlight of the session.
I liked it.
It's true. It's true.
Yes. So everyone, thank you very much for watching. We're going to be live next time in 2 weeks' time. So that's February 4th. Yes, February 4th at
Yes.
8 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time. That is whatever it is in your local time zone. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Keep it dice and easy, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Heyo.